I lost my, how's everybody doing? I'm literally building a project, and I can't turn it. I can't turn it to show you guys what I'm making because it's for a video. So I had to stop filming, and I had to pick my kid up from school. My wife couldn't go do it. She was busy with work, so it threw a wrench in everything. So I'm going to talk to you like this. I got a couple of things to show you. I just need to finish this section really quick, and I'll chat with you guys, but I can't turn to show you what I'm doing because then you won't watch the video. So I thank all of you guys for being here. I wasn't sure, and that's another reason that's another reason why, if you can hear, another reason I stop filming usually at 3:30 is because literally 1, 2, 3, and 4 of my neighbors get their grass cut all at the same time. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna celebrate that 500 subscribers, and a lot of that has to do with I work hard, but a lot of that has to do with Todd from finding me, gave me a little bit of a boost, and other people in the community that see something in me, which Bice is one of them. Bice Family Tree is one of them. Keith Brewer Woodworks, Fear Fox, Not Your Average, my not brother John. All these guys have been so supportive of me and helping me out, and I really can't thank them enough. Eric Makes is one of them, and we're just the greatest community of guys and gals ever. You know what I mean? People that will go out of their way to help everyone else is just amazing. And I happen to get lucky, and I think honestly a lot of it has to do with I was the only one posting Halloween in July, and the algorithm's like, well, I mean, we don't have any yet, nobody's uploaded any yet, so it's like, well, just push this, guys, and I got lucky. So I like to thank all of you for subscribing to my channel. I got a lot of cool things in store. We are gonna be doing a giveaway. I'm just not sure what. I might do one tonight of an American flag cross that I made out of maple. But then again, I'm not sure everybody's has those. And if you're not from America or the United States, I can put whatever flag you want on it, from whatever nation you're from or whatever country you're from. So I was thinking about doing that, but ultimately what I think I'm going to do, everyone, is I'm going to give away a custom-made wooden hammer. So it's a one-of-a-kind wooden hammer. All I have is the prototype. I haven't even made one complete yet. So you would be getting my first built wooden hammer, display only. You can't really use it to nail. I mean, you probably could. It will break. Maybe, but it's going to be made out of, more than likely, it's going to be made out of maple, probably oak. And so you'll have a one-of-a-kind original wooden hammer made by me, not a mallet. I know a lot of people like to do a mallet giveaway for their milestones. And to me, it's still kind of surreal to me that I hit this many subscribers this early and this fast. What's going on, Moyak? Moyak's another one. Moyak's been a big supporter, and he's helped me out with some stuff on the side. Weber's is here. Hey, Weber's. Vinny. What's up, boss? We're all waiting for Vinny's Dungeness shop to be finished. Why do you lose reception in one room, Vinny? Freaky. Cameras aren't allowed in there. But yeah, sorry I'm not showing you guys what I'm doing. I was pressed for time. Like I said, I had to go pick up my son from school. Teresa usually picks them up because she's very helpful with knowing that what I'm doing outside of my regular jobs. So she picks them up and she brings them back to the other school, the daycare, so I can get things done. But unfortunately, she had meetings today and stuff that she couldn't pick them up, so I went and picked them up. Which, I don't mind going to pick up my son, but dude, waiting in that circle in the car, It reminds me of Mr. Mom. You guys remember that movie, Mr. Mom? Gotta go to the pickup line. Dude, I see him. Can I just go grab him? No, you gotta wait in line. Okay. Hey, Scott. Shane's here. Hey, Shane. Caleb. There's Todd. I was mentioning you, Todd, a minute ago, telling how unbelievably awesome you've been to me and supportive of my channel in a mentorship kind of way, and how you were. And there's really, I mean, I have something in the works to give you, to pay you back for how supportive you've been of mine, because, like I said, yours was one of the first channels I watched on YouTube, outside of Bearded Viking. And then I stumbled across Guardian Woodworks, and then I stumbled across, the rest of the crew, Fish Over Chicks, like Peter and Josh, and then Jamie over at Boondock Builds, so Bice is another one, Bice Family Tree. Bice has been, he's in the middle of moving right now, so he's got a tough go, but he's really done a lot for the woodworking community in terms of bringing awareness to things, and especially we have an upcoming event in November. I will talk about it in a little while, with Dozer, Sawdust for Soldiers, where we're going to be doing a charitable event, and I will discuss the details in depth in a little while. I want to knock this out really quick so it has time to set and dry, so I can literally, after I'm done going live today, I'm going to finish doing the filming before it gets too dark, because I can't show you guys what I'm doing. I mean, it's not like it's a huge secret, but it would spoil the surprise if you saw my new project, because it's an indoor-outdoor illuminated project that costs less than $5 to make, actually. Sorry, I just got to keep an eye out. My son, we took his training wheels off yesterday. Yesterday was the first time we took his training wheels off his bike, and he's been doing he's like his old man. He's ready to go. I'm going to put some ramps out there. We did put a helmet on him, even though I told Teresa, I'm like, I didn't wear a helmet, but yeah, man. We didn't have helmets when I was a kid. If you bumped your noodle, you get up. Hey, you good? Yeah, I'm good. Good. Get out of the street. All right. But anyways, so there's a lot of actually upcoming events. Bice is going to be doing some. He's going to have Scotty Winnie Moon on. I believe he's going to have John on. You can check out Bice's Bice Family Trees page, and he'll tell you the upcoming lives for those events, or he can put them in chat if he wants. Oh man, I'm literally kneeling on the concrete, so not fun. My knees are shot already. But I got to keep this project a secret from you guys, because I don't want Caleb copying me. I don't care if Todd copies me. Todd, I mean, his woodworking channel is it's so good. It's so good. If you guys haven't went to Todd's from Finding Me, please do it. He simplifies things. He makes things that everybody can make. He doesn't overcomplicate it, and he's one of the more generous YouTubers on YouTube. You get a lot of people that are, they start to get a little bit of a razz. I guess they get a little bit of a push in their channels, and they get that fame and that glory, and they forget how they got there. Kinda. And it happens. I'm sure there's a lot of people that have helped out other people and kind of left them in the dust. That will not be me, by the way. If I go to the big show, I'm taking all of you guys with me. How about that? That's going to be in my contracts, right? I want all these guys coming with me or I ain't signing nothing. Of course, I don't turn or nothing. So we'd have a vast... Can you imagine if we all grouped together to form one large, like, united woodworking company? How crazy that would be, a nationwide, you know, not even global. Europe, UK, we get a lot of people from the UK watching. Welcome. We got a lot of people from Canada watching. Welcome. We got a lot of people from Mexico watching. Hola. That's about it. It's my... And you guys are going to eventually get sick of my my pumpkin orange. Hey, what's up, Sarah? Good live yesterday, man. Thanks for having me on there. That was kind of cool. I'm not really used to podcasts and stuff like that because, you know, as a lot of you know, I'm fairly new to woodwork. You know, I know it seems like I've been doing it forever with some things, but a lot of that is because I've watched all of you on your techniques. So when I do my builds, guys, you have to understand that a lot of what I'm doing is a direct result of the teachings I got from your channels, which is why your channels are so important to the community. Hey, stay over there, because I'm live right now, and I don't want you to be on YouTube, okay? Where do you want to go? You want to go sit in the garage? Okay, go sit in there, please. Yeah, I know, bud. I just don't want you to be on there, okay? It cracked here. Well, that's an old chair, bud. We'll get you a new one in a second, okay? I'll go in the camper and we'll grab some chairs out of the camping supplies, buddy. We were supposed to go camping this weekend, but my wife's grandmother's sick, so family first, right? Because I'd like to take them fishing. They haven't been fishing yet. I know you guys can see some of this, and I don't care. This part of this, most of this is irrelevant. You're not going to be able to depict what I'm making based off of a couple pieces that I have. What's that, buddy? It's hard for me to hear you with the lawnmower and everything. What do you need? Hey, can you just go sit over there a little bit more? Because I don't want, one, you're in the sun, and I don't want you to get burnt. I didn't put any sunscreen on. Oh. Thank you, thank you. Vinny. But yeah, like I was saying, guys, you know, like a lot of the reason I'm in the position I'm in is because, like I said, I watched a lot of you. If it isn't a technique I've learned from you, it's a build I've learned from you. Bice's mallet build, you know, I mean, I could go down the list. Most of my quick projects I learned from Todd, from Finding Me, and they did well at my craft shows. Bearded Viking, a lot of his techniques, even though it scares the crap out of me when he uses his table saw, just because I'm not versed like that, I don't know. I've become more cautious outside of the Marine Corps when it comes to using equipment that could injure me or put me in a harmful position because I have kids now, you know. So there's a lot of things I've turned down because I have kids. Hey. Okay. So here, last week, ooh. Hang on, we gotta hide this. But look, I got my shop back-ish. So, I got rid of the tables in here. So, This is the mallet. We're going to finish this today. This is the new mallet, not the old mallet. So the old mallet's still sitting here. I'll get to it eventually. I built this box. I have to finish, we're going to finish that. And we're going to do another box too today, a 3-tier step box. That's going to be, I'm going to try and get that done today if we can. And let me take you with me really quick, IRL. IRL style, right? I put the project inside because it was humid out yesterday and I wanted it to dry. But if you remember from last week, and I'll take it outside with me just so you guys can see how it looks in the sun. That's my movie theater room. My Star Wars themed movie theater room with a sparkling LED ceiling that's painted black. I went a little crazy. And guess what? No one ever uses it. That's why wouldn't I have done all that? Literally everybody watches TV upstairs. Okay. Yes, I got my camera out from filming. What are you playing? You gonna play Mario? Here. So here. This is how it turned out. I'm not a fan of, I used, and you can see the glue ups, but I used red oak stain on it. And I'm not a whole, damn, look at that thing. Look at how big that wasp is. Well, no, you don't need to see. That's a queen, so I want her out of here. Give me 1 second. Okay, she left. But that's a queen wasp, okay? That's why she's so big. And you gotta be very careful with her because, Okay. So anyway, guys, yeah. So what this is, hang on. It's for saw. You put your saw blades in here. So I have the 2 wide ones for 12-inch blades, and then these are for your 7 1/4 inch and 10-inch blades for your dado blades. And you mount it. Like mine will be mounted on the wall here. Once I take that hook off, but it'll be mounted there, and that's where I'll put my saw blade. So if I need a saw blade to change out on my table saw, yeah, it's okay. She'll fly out. Because my table saw is right there. But now I can actually turn my table saw. I got rid of all my stuff up there, wood, and I was able to organize by oak, maple, some walnut, and then I bought a shelf on Facebook Marketplace, for $10, and that stored all of my Civil War wood. And then I just put a shelf up here for my cedar. Which, don't yell at me about how I store the wood, because literally I go through it so quick during crafting season that it's irrelevant. But I suppose we could take this off now. I need to build Keith Brewer. He did a Keith Brewer, if you guys are familiar, go check out his channel. He does a lot of really interesting and unique builds for jigs and for just different components that help life a million times easier. He's an extremely crafted woodworker, and he has a lot of vast knowledge on how to make jigs and your equipment and things for your equipment to make it faster and more accurate. So check out Keith Brewer Woodworks if you guys can. But Queen Bee. Yeah, because she has a nest spot close to here somewhere, and I have to find it because she doesn't go outside of it very often, Benson. So, all right. So here you can tell this is my mallet. I did oak, maple, and mystery wood. We still never figured out what it is. We think it's red oak. It's probably red oak, but it's brown. So how is it red? Red oak. It's not red. I mean, this is red oak, stain-ish. So it would be more of that purplish color than it would be brown, right? So we have the mystery wood mallet. I was debating giving away a mallet, but I figured you guys don't want that. Who's unsubbed? Oh, James Wood. Careful what you say about Burn and Render, guys, because he'll make a cartoon out of it. If you haven't seen his cartoons yet, they're hilarious. He's got one of me, Todd, Keith, Sarah. I mean, anything you say or do, he's going to make a video out of it. So whatever you guys do in your lives or your videos, he's going to make it. So it's just, you're going to have to just accept it. And they're hilarious because it's not perfect animation. That's what makes him even better. There's flaws within the AI system and stuff like that, and I think it's hilarious because it captures us as woodworkers perfectly. Like, we're not perfect, so why would they be perfect? You know what I mean? Imperfections are what drive our stations. Everybody can be perfect. We're not all Blacktail Studios that can make $90,000 tables, but I'm sure they didn't all start off that way. I'm sure they all started off in someone's garage saying, dude, I want to make some tables. You want to help me out? Yeah, sure, I'll help you out. Sorry, it's boiling lava hot and I don't have my makeup department with me today, so just joking. So let me yeah, Todd's keeps his tail goes in but he has a tail. It's hilarious. It captures us, wacky group of guys and girls, and our debauchery. So if you didn't see, and I probably showed you guys before, the wooden hammer I'll be giving away is like this. So this is my prototype of the wooden hammer. And I already made changes to it on SketchUp, so that I can make it to where a round handle will go through it, and then I'll put a wedge in it, and then there's going to be no metal. It's all wooden, but this is different than a mallet. You know what I mean? And this is the only thing I have. This is the prototype. This is it. So whenever I build the mallet, that's probably what I'm going to give away, is the hammer, because it'll be unique, one of one. And whoever does get it, if you want me to sign it, I'll sign it. I'm not a celebrity. I'm sweaty, but I'm not a celebrity. As you guys can tell, I've taken 19 showers yesterday. Let's see who we got in chat. Wayne's here. Hey, Wayne. Planter for 15K. Here, I mean, if you guys... I got her for sale. I will bring her down to 200. But it's cash only if it's going 200. It's a rare, one of a kind 2x4. It's 10 feet tall. And if you want, maybe I'll do that for the giveaway. Maybe I'll give away that gold. You know what I mean? And I have some stuff in the works to where I'll be doing those type of hilarious SketchUp type deals. Sorry, guys. And okay, where's Benson? This is the downside to him not going back to school. Hang on. Benson. Okay. If you come outside, you come and get me so I know that you're outside, okay? Hello? Okay. Okay, thank you. Do you have any homework?
No.
I don't do that. They don't give kindergartners homework, but I'm going to give you homework so that smarter than I am when you get older. We don't need two dummies. Hey, what's up? What's going on, Dan? Sorry, I'm had to check on the kid and like running around here with my head cut off because I was running late. I was filming. Get my camera out of the way. I don't want it to overheat. Odds are it won't, but turn it off. Okay. Let's put it aside here. I film my videos with cameras from my photography company. I don't use my phone to do my videos. We know it's 4 o'clock. And that's the other thing. I don't know if you guys have watched my videos yet, but you'll hear the church bells going off. Give you an idea how long you've been watching my video. You'll be like, oh man, it's got to be a half an hour. How do you know? Because the church bells are going off. You know, they were going off in the beginning. What's going on, Possum? Kevin's here. Hey. I mean, yeah, maybe we'll change it. We'll change it to $2.99. Just that 2, that's marketing right there. You know, and I think that's the other thing too with us. You know, I mean, you go with what works. You go with what catches. You go with a catchy thumbnail. You got to do it. But what focus groups are starting to show on YouTube is that what you'll see, a lot of people's channels are down views because they don't like that anymore. They don't like the, I made $13,000 from this. I can't really poke that name, but from this project. Yeah, you did in 5 years. But it's clickbait. And I think people are kind of wicked. The younger generation, they are the clickbait masters. So if you look at your demographic on your analytics page, I have 18 up to 65, which it's not accurate. But my 18 is like 2%. Like they don't watch. You know, their mind only focuses for 3 seconds. You're gonna trade me tile, Sayer, for that 2x4? Probably cost you more to ship the tile than it would the 2x4. Because I can cut the 2x4 up. It weighs next to nothing. Brian, what's going on, Brian? Let me let's see who else we have in here. John's in here. Okay, I got mods. I got mods in here. The timeout Eric when needed. Eric, because Eric, I'm just adding a couple mods, guys. I don't need a million mods in my lives. I'm not cool enough to have that. And I probably should, though, just so that you guys can promote each other. Even though we're pretty much all subscribed to each other as it is. There's Keith. So Keith, I was talking about you earlier about your jigs and your videos, how helpful they are to the woodworking community. And I told everyone here, you know, like everyone in here already watches Keith Brewer Woodworks, but if you haven't, go subscribe to his channel and check out his videos because I'm telling you, they're extremely helpful. God, I'm dying out here. It's 87% humidity. So refill is 107 degrees. So definitely hot. And the cicadas are coming back if you haven't heard them. Yeah, everyone's pretty much sub to you. Same with John from Not Your Average, my Not brother. Really, really good woodworker. He just dropped a spooky video too, guys. Go check his out. He doesn't just do planters. He does do other things. So go check out his spooky build video. I mean, I know he wants to do planters full time, but you know, he just picked up a lathe, so that's gonna be fun. Everybody seems to want to be doing turning right now. Sorry, I'm waiting for my one son to finish doing what he's doing so I can start building. Done here 2.5 hours. No, you haven't, because I've only been rambling for 30. Or did you come in early, Keith, and hang out? Oh, let me get Bice in there too. Yeah, Bice, because Bice comes to my lives all the time, so I add Bice. No disrespect to anybody. I'm just, everything can be a planter if you try hard enough. Of course, everything could be a planter. This is going to be a planter. Now, I was experimenting, so you know, a lot of the wood I get, you guys saw some of my shorts. The free wood I get is this trim and this crown molding. And sorry, I'm trying to not show my project. So it's just sitting here on my driveway. I actually put it on Marketplace for free lumber, and people have like, when can I come pick it up? I'm like, I'm home. Just let me know, and I'll meet you somewhere, and I'll throw whatever I can in my car, and you can take it. They're not coming to my house, but I get all this stuff. You know, I mean, it could be cut down, and that was my idea behind it, was to keep it all and go through it all. And the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, you know what, I'm never going to use it, and it's just taking up too much space. So we were playing around with the table saw yesterday, and you know, as you could tell, the ends, they're okay. They're not, you know. This was on a miter saw, too. That's another reason why. And like Sarah said, these aren't crown molding, and isn't a true 45. So, yeah. So, I mean, and this is solid. Solid, you know, some of it's maple, some of it's poplar. They range. They're all different. Let me get rid of this. So, Keith, I don't know if you saw. This is how this turned out. I'm just gonna put it there for right this second, but that's how it turned out. So you put your table saw blades, 12 inches, 10 inches, 7.5 inch dado blades, and then I built a little tray on the bottom for whatever. I don't know, screws, maybe your chucks. You could put whatever you really want on this, guys. The limo. And then let me put it. I'm gonna try and get it up there with my Kita die. That's my Kita die planter. Todd saw that one. I think Todd or somebody was talking about dabbling with Kita die, and so that's part 2. So getting bluer, but as you can tell, there's like defects. There's defects here, and some defects. Like the first one I did, that's inside. It wasn't as blue. It was darker. So I went from the 91% isopropyl alcohol, and I went down in percentages, and it seemed to help me more with getting a truer blue. Plus, I also did 4 more coats. So I went over it, let it dry, went over it, let it dry, went over it, let it dry. You know what I mean? I'm not going to keep saying that, but that, and, you know. See, I can't keep selling these fast enough. I have them everywhere for my craft shows. Like, they're literally all over inside. These are some of my prototype ones. I have other projects in the back there that I really don't want you guys to see either, because and then, yeah, so my World War I, World War II. There's a bunch of projects I want to build, and I just don't have I don't have the equipment to do it. So this year I need a planer badly. So it's get my planer from the craft shows. And then in the spring I'll use the spring craft shows to get a new bandsaw, because my bandsaw is a Craftsman bandsaw, which it's still very good. I killed the belt. going through that mallet build. You guys remember that? That was fun and interesting in its own way. And now it looks like, I don't even want to know what it looks like. The idea is there. I gotta figure out how to do it, how to fix it. So I wish he would get back so we can get building, because I hate just standing here talking. And I have a lot of stuff I want to get done. Is there anything you guys want to ask? Anything you guys want to know? I can answer any and all questions. Also, I might possibly be getting a new laser. I might have a sponsor for a laser. I'm not going to mention their name yet until I see a contract in the terms of their sponsorship. But somebody reached out to me and wanted me to know if I wanted to use one of their lasers and their laser engraving machines. And I'm kind of in a weird, let me know, because I definitely will, but I want to read the contract. I also have a photography company and an editing company. I want to see a contract. This way I need to know if I have, how many videos I have to put in, how often I got to mention it. Is there an exchange of product, exchange of money? Is there going to be financial obligations? Is there going to be, you know what I mean? Always, if someone's going to sponsor any of you, tell them you want a contract. You want to see it. I'll make my decision after I see the contract. And if they ignore you and they just blow you off, then it wasn't meant to be to begin with. Because if they don't have a contract and they just want to give you something for free, I mean, I guess you could do that and take it. But, because I thought about that, and me and a few of my friends, Keith, and we mulled it over. Like, I'll just take it. It's free, right? And I'll use it on my videos for sure. I mean, I would use it on my mallet. I'd laser engrave on my mallets. I would have a million uses for it. Problem is the one they want to give me is, it's just not big enough for all the projects I need it for. And it'll work, but it's just not, it's not as big as I thought it was going to be. After I looked it over, and it's a legitimate laser company, and it's a very good laser. You know, a lot of YouTubers are using their lasers. I'm not going to mention their name, but it was nice of them to reach out and email. So this is what it's going to look like, guys. Kinda. Once I round out the handle, I have to do my cuts and stuff like that. But this will be the new mallet. I'm still going to do the Donkey Kong mallet. So I'm still going to do that. My cuts on both sides, kind of like Benner's. If you saw Benner's mallet, it's going to be similar to that. But I got this idea. Again, it's another. Keith helped me with it. I've been using Bice's technique. And it seems like everybody else has their own video on mallets. Here's another thing too, if you're going to use key to die. Check this out. So I haven't used the red. I haven't used the red in a minute. And look at what it did inside the isopropyl alcohol. See that? So it separates, and I'll be honest with you, according to the website, they said that that's the powder, the pigment, and it's supposed to do that. Now, I don't know. If anybody knows more about key to die than I do, please let me know why it's doing that. You know, once I shake it up, obviously, you can't see it, but, and it claims that these jars are good. My blue didn't do that, just my red. So does anybody know why? Well, I don't know. It does look sus, but it makes me think that, I mean, I added what they wanted me to add. And the ratios were correct. Come on already. Sorry. So if you're a key to die user, let me know. Also, I picked these up, guys. They are great. From Amazon. Todd probably has these. You see them? Yeah, let me turn it around so you guys can see it. So they're nylon filament brushes that you use. I use it on my Shoshigaban projects, you know, and they work great. I got them on Amazon. This is what they came with right here. So, you know, from 80 to 220. And you get, if you put it in your drill, you could put it in a drill press, but if you put it in your drill, you get that 3D effect if you're going to do a Shoshigaban burn. Or I just know how to use a different technique to do my sanding to get a cleaner look out of my cedar. Watch. Voila, voila, voila. See that? That's cedar. No burn. No burn on it. Smaller version. So this, I actually prototyped this. You can see the blotching. So that's why I always tell everybody that it's important when you're gonna stain something, even cedar, to use pre-stain. It really does make a world of difference in your projects. I mean, you won't get the blotch. Look at the unfinished. So this is without my technique, ish. I started doing it here. You can see like the scorch marks, the markings I did, and then once I have it stained, you know, and then I've carried it. So I use this technique, and then I go one step extra, and then I would go one step extra. Let's just say I use an old, because I want to make a video on it, so I don't want to exactly say, but I will tell you I use a part of a grill, a charcoal grill, that I lay on my project to get the effects I get with my cedar boards on my planters and stuff, to get that like holy wow factor. And I'm gonna make a video on how to do it. I accidentally dropped. I was woodworking and I was carrying the grill because I wanted to clean it, and I accidentally dropped the grate on my project, and it gave me an idea because I'm sitting there staring at it. It was full of like soot and stuff, and I'm like, you know, I wonder if I do this to it, if that would work. And it worked. You know, sometimes you find innovation in the weirdest ways. Sorry, I'm all oily, and this ain't a Brad Pitt page, so you get what you get. So we're going to be doing that build. We're going to finish that box. I would like to get the hammer done. I have to move my project really quick, so I'm gonna walk away because I don't want you guys seeing it because the video drops next week. My innovative project drops tomorrow. It's gonna go viral, guys, because it changes the game on cedar jack-o'-lanterns. It's the same amount of materials, a completely different style of build, and it makes it completely unique. Way cooler than the old square jack-o'-lanterns that everybody makes. I mean, there's already videos out on them, and I'm like, you didn't learn your lesson? Alright. I gotta put this under here. I don't want you guys seeing it. Okay. Here's this type. And not that it's bad. You know, some people still probably make those square cedar fence picket jack-o'-lanterns because it's easy. And I'm going to tell you right now, the one I'm making is just as easy, if not easier. And it's way cooler to look at. It's like you got to step back and be like, that's cedar or pine? Like, yeah, it's the same thing. I just changed it because I was tired of the box look, and everybody was doing the box look. Alright. With that, my selfie stick. I bought a new one, but I'm still going to use the original. Hey, what's going on, Tony? Plywood's a slow learner, apparently. Let me read some of you guys. What are you guys doing? Rick James. Why don't you hang tight right there for me, bud? I always wanted to say that. Like if I was a cop, if I was a police officer, why don't you hang tight right there for me, bud? Right? And then they go back to the squad car and they look on Instagram for 20 minutes. Can I check my messages? Okay, he's on his way back. So then I could get the build done. But I don't want to be running the saws and stuff like that, because then if my son needs something, I can't. Again, it's bad timing. Awards for my my son. This is not the White House. It looks like it though. Benson?
Yes.
You all right? You doing okay?
Yes.
You need anything?
No.
You're the best, bud. If you need me, you come get me, okay? I'm right outside. I almost took you guys with me to Wendy's. Are you guys, is anyone besides me? And it was nice. Apparently in my chats, and some people have messaged me that I am the new king of Halloween. I'll take it. But I don't want to be known for that. I just happen to start posting early. I get my are different, but my goal is to build different things so you guys can make money. I want you guys out there selling your woodworking projects, even if you don't like making. I have friends that don't like making Halloween projects, Christmas projects. I get it. Not a lot of people do, and that's fine. But realize that's what sells right now. So, swallow the pride. Start making some of these projects. Watch the videos. Go to a local craft show that's free. Sit there for an afternoon. I guarantee you'll make some money. And maybe you could buy a piece of equipment that you wanted. You can buy that new jigsaw. You can buy that new table saw. Well, depending on how many shows you go to. But, Bice can tell you my projects, every single video that I've posted, those are the projects I sell the most at the craft. That's why I'm posting the videos. The ones, I will be doing small videos, of certain, like little teeny, like video that's like a 7-minute video for some smalls, because you got to have smalls at your shows too. Some of it's repeated from the internet, not by design, but I already filmed it, and I want to show you guys my version of it, and maybe you like it, maybe you don't. I was trying to do my wooden crosses, so I'm behind because the belts I got for my bandsaw, the ones that I got from Amazon, they were the wrong size. So I had to send them back. Find out, because I went off of the part number according to the website, and that's what they gave me on Amazon. So I have to try a different one and hope that they don't send me the same exact thing again. So we'll see. I get them tomorrow. But without the bandsaw, I can't do my. I do cross keychains. So I hang a bunch of cross keychains that you made with walnut, maple, and oak, and those are $2. And I sell a ton of them. $2. That's it. I'm not going to charge a lot for. I don't charge a lot for religious items. Depending on what it is, obviously. If it's a 3-tiered cross, then I gotta account for my time, and a lot of woodworkers, they don't account for their labor, and I usually don't. But I'll do materials times 3, and that's good enough for me. That's the saying I use. Materials times 3, and that's good enough for me. So if I can make 3 times what I put into it, I'm happy. And I'll even come down last day of the show. I don't want it all sitting on my shelf. Sometimes I'll lower the price, but you got to be careful with that. So when you go to a craft show, if you lower your prices the last day, and you start to go to them all the time, people will know that, because a lot of the same people go to those shows, and they'll be like, well, I know Not So Ordinary Woodworks, dude, we'll just come back Sunday because he discounts everything. So don't discount your products just because it's the last day and you want to try to get rid of them. You're going to put yourself in a position to where they're going to know that, and then they're going to try to lowball you even further, or they're going to just not come until you that final day because they know you're going to lower your prices. You know. Yeah, exactly. Like what Vice said. They'll be like, yeah, oh, he's got a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, he does. But here's the thing. Every show he goes to, he marks down like 20%, 30% at the end and on Sunday because he wants to get rid of it. So let's go look at some other stuff, and then we'll come back to his like Sunday afternoon. And I'm sitting there twiddling my thumbs. So yeah, don't do that. You know, you could maybe haggle a few bucks, but try not to do that. There's always another show. You guys want to see something I made in high school? Aluminum. This is when they had metal shop, and they allowed us to pour molten substances in metals when we were like 14 years old. They don't have those kind of shops anymore in high schools. They got automotive and they got woods. They don't have photography. They don't have graphic design. They don't have home ec. I could see getting rid of metals. It's a high risk thing for high schoolers. I get it, but a bit more mature to use equipment like getting rid of home ec and get rid of graphic design. I mean, everything's computerized now, but people still screen print. People still use reflex paper. They still do t-shirt screen printing, and it's you go to a graphic design company and you say, yeah, I know how to do that, and they would hire you. But now these kids, they can't even make macaroni and cheese. Well, it says on the back of the box, dude, it's macaroni and cheese. You boil the noodles, you put cheese in. I don't know, you need to read the instructions. True. Try soluble dye powder. Yeah, I'll give them a try. Those Kita dyes, again, I went off of the ratios. I even used a scale to measure it, and then it did say that you could add a little bit more if it's like for the red, anyways. If it's a little too pink, and it was. And my ratios to isopropyl alcohol, I went with 91%. I lowered it. That did seem to help a little bit. But I'm thinking just using like acid. I don't know. Like it seems like, I don't know. I mean, again, the guys that dabble with Kita dye to make guitars, they've been doing it forever. They have the formulas down pat. They know exactly the mixtures. They have secrets that they won't tell you. I've reached out to guitar makers and stuff like that, and he's like, well, I'm not going to tell you my process, but and he would just tell me, I'm like, this is what I did. He's like, yeah, it seems right to me. It's like, okay, well, obviously it's not turning out like your guitars, so clearly there's something you're not saying, but fair enough. Well, if he tells me, everyone's going to ask him, and then he's not going to be in business anymore, so. Alright, so we're going to get started. He's down the street, so he'll be back here in 2 seconds. This way he can watch his brother, and I can focus on using my stuff. So that's why we're not building right now, guys. It's not an idle day. I just had to pick. My wife couldn't get out of work to pick up my son from school, so I had to do it, and I don't want to be running saws and equipment and not be able to hear him if he needs me. So. You made a weed pipe in shop class? Yeah, so here's the thing. A kid did do that in wood shop. He made he was either a hitter box or it was going to be a box to put the weed in, and the teacher knew exactly what he was making, and he ended up getting suspended 1 day out of school suspension because they knew what it was for. I mean, I was in high school in the 90s, the late 90s. So you had a lot of the 70s teachers from the 70s in there. They definitely know what those boxes are for. One kid got caught on homecoming my senior year with a bong, and he tried to tell the teacher that it was a science experiment. And the teacher just looked at him like, "You think I'm stupid?" I know what a bong looks like. I mean, you got to give him an A for trying. All right, he just pulled up, so we're good. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna try this 3-tiered box. I'm gonna do the glue up on it. I'm under my easy up, so I have a Weber. What's up, Weber? Hey, what's up, Mike? 2 minutes, dude. If you haven't subscribed to 2 minutes tips for wood turners, you got to go to his channel. He does some of the coolest stuff. Like, I wish I could do that kind of turning, and it turns out so good. Thing is, you never see with turners, you don't see like dust hoods. But I'm almost wondering if because the particles coming off of the turning are too heavy, so they won't actually get sucked into there. Only the sanding probably would, right? Am I correct on that? That's why you don't see a lot of those I don't know what they're called, grab hoods or grab some. They're hood systems for lathes. I'm assuming it's for dust. It's not really meant to grab the shavings, because the shavings are too heavy, right? Let me get my brand new. And if you guys didn't see my short earlier, I went to Home Depot, the best place in the world, and this was the only. You saw that. Edit it out. This is the only 1 1/4 inch brad nail box they had, and clearly somebody dove into it. So they gave it to me for 70% off. I mean, it's not like it's super expensive to be. It's like $11 with tax, but I got it for like 3 something, and they took 2 rows, so I have 800 out of 1,000. But for $3, $4, I'll take it. This is the most heavily used brad nail I use. Is the 1 1/4 inch brad nails, 18 gauge for my gun. And they never have them in stock. And if they do, they have the gigantic package that's like $70. I'm like, yeah, I mean yeah, I should, but I don't justify it when I'm there. You know what I mean? Buying everything in bulk is justified. You know what I do have, guys? I have a Gorilla phone holder now that I bought from Walmart, and I'm not using it because that would only make sense to use it. So this is a 3-tiered box that I did. Three-tiered box. I have to glue it and put it together, but I'm gonna make a bottom for it, and then you can use it for like succulents. It could be a planter. It could be the base. It could be the base for whatever, a trophy. Could be the base for the trophy that Dozer's making for our. We're doing and I need to talk to a few of you outside of live. We're going to be doing. I'm hosting a pumpkin build-off. So it's going to be October 4th. It's a pumpkin build-off, and the winner gets a trophy. So the best pumpkin design. No CNCs, no laser cutters allowed, because that's not fair. If you got a CNC or a laser, like a lathe, you could whip out a pumpkin on a lathe in no time. I mean, 2 steps, probably do that one-handed. or 2 minutes, sorry. Okay, let me see if you guys see what I'm doing at all. So yeah, we're gonna be doing. It's gonna be live, and again, also November 14th with Dozer, we're gonna be doing Sawdust for Soldiers. That's another live event where we're gonna have we're gonna have John from Not Your Average Woodworks, Scotty from Scotty Winnie Moon, Dozer himself. Keith's gonna be in the chat. He's gonna be like the I don't know. He's gonna be hosting it. I don't know what you want to call that. And myself are going to be doing a build off for Sawdust for Soldiers. So all charitable donations will go to the Sawdust for Soldiers event. I have the thing inside. I have to get it so I can read it. I'll do that in a little bit. I'll read. It's for Welcome Home. The organization is called Welcome Home, and all the proceeds will be going to the veterans to try to find them housing, because there's a lot of homeless veterans. There's a lot of veterans that are about to lose their apartments or their houses, and this event is going to raise money to their organization to maybe keep a soldier off the street. So it hits home for me, being a Marine, and there are a lot of homeless veterans for various reasons. Whether it was untreated PTSD, drugs, alcohol. Some of them are just, they can't find a job. You know what I mean? It's not always because there's something wrong with them. Some of them, all they know is war. You know, it took me years to adapt to not. I mean, your body changes. Not only your soul changes, but your mindset changes, your body changes, and you're not used to that change, and it's very hard to adapt to civilian life. And people don't understand that coming from a heavy combat situation to a idle situation, it's not easy for your body or your mind. And a lot of these vets, they just can't find jobs. You know, they're mentally not there. They're just hurting from being beat up, shot, wounded, and they're trying their hardest. They're out there grinding, but they don't make enough money, you know. And a lot of them have kids, and they're going to end up being homeless. So, Welcome Home and Sawdust for Soldiers, hosted by Dozer, is it's a great organization that helps to provide financial aid to soldiers in need of housing. So that's November 14th, and that's also going to be live. Please set your calendars for that. That's a very important event. It hits home for me. And hey, is that Sneak Freak? Yeah, I've never even seen that. Is that the Shuriken Zone? Is that like Shuriken? So if you haven't played Street Fighter, does anybody remember the password? It's similar to Contra, so it's still the up down down, but I don't remember the exact code that you can make Street Fighter and you get the special edition. What's up? That's the other thing too. I never wore glasses until like about 5 years ago when my eyes just started going. What? Yeah, I know. Where's Gigi? Yeah. Well, he's supposed to be hanging out with you because Daddy's doing his live thing. And as long as you just stay where I can see, okay? Don't ride down the street too far and focus on the cars, okay? People are going to be coming home from work, and I don't need you getting hit by a car. I know you're not, but you almost did the other day, dude, because you weren't paying attention. So which is weird because we live in a dead end street. All right, so I'm gonna. Mortal Kombat was, but Mortal Kombat, you didn't really, you had to figure out the finishing moves in the original. But what was it? Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, BA, select, start. And that got you. That was Contra for the 99 lives. But that code was also, you know, it was other stuff that you used that for. I'm telling you, there was a similar code for Street Fighter where it enabled a special edition. Besides, like, dude, how many times when the original Mortal Kombat came out, you did the moves and it didn't work? You're like, dude, 50 times you got to freaking try and do it. And then freaking. And then Killer Instinct came out, and it's, you know, you're sitting there like, left, right, B, up, sometimes ultra. Like, dude, 900 hit combos. Get out of here. I played a lot of Pong. I played a lot of Atari. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Yeah, oh yeah, the blood code for that's what it was, blood codes, where it turned it, where you were able to see it red. I mean, I played Pac-Man, played Donkey Kong. I mean, I was born in 1980. Played them all. That's what I try to tell my son. He's a, you know, I play a lot of Apex Legends. I don't know if you guys know that game. It's a shooting game, and me and a couple of my friends were masters level players in that game. We played quite often, and my son also plays. My one son, my oldest son, and I told him, he talks about, oh, I'm so good at video games. I'm like, dude, until you can beat the original Mario on Nintendo without turning off the system, you're not a gamer. No warp pipes. You can't use the warp pipes. You beat the game with no warp pipes without shutting off the system, then you can call yourself a gamer. Or Zelda, the original Zelda. I still, on my son's, on my younger kids, on their Nintendo Switch, I'll play the originals. I'll bust out the original Zeldas. It's so awesome. I'm like, man, I forgot how insanely, like, just nonsensical this game was, and it makes no sense. There's no clues. You just gotta go and figure it out. Like the original Final Fantasies. You kind of had to just go from village to village and try to figure it out. Then they started coming out with the books. And that was like, dude, you're using a book, you're using a strategy guide. You could literally buy the whole book on Final Fantasy and it would show you every map. Like, you could follow it to a T. It's like so super cheating. What's that, bud? Here's where a vice comes into play. Oh, I know my miter saw's off. And again. Yeah? How do you know? Oh, so it ain't the miter saw that's off. It's the cut itself that's off. that's fine because I'm making this for me. I'm not making this for you guys. This is gonna house my pumpkin trophy when the King of Halloween wins October 4th. Yeah, because you're not gonna beat me. Not a single one of you. So we got this. I'm gonna stain this. Hey, Amy. Amy, if you guys aren't also subscribed to Resonating with Amy, please check out her channel as well. Awesome pens that she makes, like Highback. Highback's another good one that makes amazing pens. She does a lot of really cool, like, is that acrylic or resin? Resin projects, which it's so neat how they do that. I love watching like their channels, how they make these resin art projects. So cool, so artistic, and just, you know. Is it someone else's challenge? What challenge? I don't know what you are even talking about with the King of Halloween. Oh, there's Valhalla. Valhalla, check out him. I mean, he makes really good cutting boards. Somebody came out with a video, I told him, with his cheese cutters. But he goes live a lot. When he has an opportunity to. The King of Halloween, Val, because you're not around all the time, we're doing a spooky build-off, October 4th live. And and it doesn't have to be live. We're still smashing out the details, because we're like, if a bunch of people want to do it. I mean, I don't know. There's so many. I think you can only go on Restream. You can only do like 9, I think, live, or 9 at a time. Maybe less. Eric, what's the number that you can go live with on Restream? Might even only be like 4 or 5. So if other people want to get in on it, again, you get a trophy that Dozer's making, and it's a pumpkin trophy clock, and then in the top there's a button that your name is engraved in, so you get the trophy for that year, and then this way whoever wins the following year, your trophy comes out. We're also putting in the works, guys. We're thinking about doing a non-hosted, so it would be on your own volition, barbecue family reunion, if you will, of all of the YouTube channels. We get together once a year, so you plan ahead like a vacation. We're going to do it in an area where they have like a huge recreational centers and stuff for other people to do. We don't know where or when, but this way we can, the kids can come, and they can do balloon toss, like a family reunion, balloon toss, and we can all just sit around and grill and grab with each other. Well, that sounded weird. And talk to each other. I wanted to say gab, not grab. Damn it! Wait, John's not in here, is he? Damn it, John's in here. James isn't in here, so we're good. Hey, John. Check out John again, guys. If you haven't seen John's new spooky video, he just came out with a new video. It's really cool. He doesn't just make planters. No, so we were thinking about doing that where we can all meet once a year for like a weekend, like just a Friday to Sunday deal, and we can just hang out with each other and let the kids play, and and maybe we can even do like our own award system, like, hey, the person who reached out the most, you know what I mean? We're gonna hash out the details, but I figured that would be awesome, something for all of us to do, since we're one big kind of a woodworking and artistic family. Not all woodworkers, crafters too, and it's a way for us to get together and just meet each other and hang out for a weekend. We start our own thing, kind of like the YouTube awards and all these award shows, but we do our own thing. It would be kind of cool. Bearded Viking and everyone. We just try to get as many people as we can. We all meet up. I mean, it could be, I don't know. I just thought it'd be kind of neat. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I'd be game to do it. Okay, so yeah, I'm not bald, by the way. Somebody asked if I was bald and that's why I always wear hats. I'm not. I just don't like putting hairspray in my hair. Gotta remember, my head used to be shaved for 20 years. So I don't like having hair. Buddies did something similar to that, like a reunion type thing, and he didn't invite me. Now I know. Now I know why. He doesn't like me. I think John said he'd host it at his place, but we're not sure yet. Mohawk's in here. Hey, Mohawk. I don't need to be... Yes, please smash the like button, guys. Subscribe. I got more spooky videos coming out than you could possibly think of. Then the Christmas videos start. Yes, that's right. I am going to be doing a few Thanksgiving projects, but not a lot, because not everybody celebrates Thanksgiving. So that's okay. Not everybody celebrates Christmas either, but I do. So, what are you doing, bud? All right. Yeah. I'm out here. I used to have, I still have hair. I mean, it used to be shaved for 20 years in the military, but then you know, now it's just thin and I'm old. So if you're young, stop putting hairspray in your hair all the goddamn time. It's not good for you. Wearing a hat's not good for you either, but. Yeah. I'm trying to do this because, not that any of you would come to my house because that would be a fatal mistake. But I don't want my kids being on YouTube. I will not call the police until after it. So, I really don't know, what am I doing here? Okay. Well, there you go. Now I have to go get it. I'm gonna go get my girl a pod because I need it now. Because I can't extend the arm on my miter saw because, hey, watch for cars. You understand? And you don't go out of sight. Where's your helmet? Well, you want to put it on? Okay. Teresa hates that. She's like, where's his helmet? And I'm like, he doesn't want it on. I don't want to tell you. He's got to wear it. I didn't. Like, that's not the first thing you're going to hit if you fall when you're learning how to ride a bike. I mean, his top speed's like 6 or 7. You're going to break your wrist before you break your noodle. Yeah, dude, we took the training wheels off and he just went. I stood behind him for not even 10 minutes thinking he's going to fall. He's zooming. It's just... that's how your old man was. Only I was hitting ramps at like 7 years old. We used to put logs. My mom, oh my God, rest her soul. My mom would see us walking with a log and a piece of plywood towards the street. What are you guys doing? We're making a ramp. Oh shit. Okay. I'm like, And then when we got older, we asked her, like, how did you feel about it? She goes, I couldn't stand it, but I knew you guys were always watching out for each other. She goes, I just waited inside for someone to run in and say there's a broken bone. I couldn't watch you guys do it. I knew you guys, loved doing it. Because a few of our friends actually made it to the X Games. But we grew up BMXing at a very young age. So when she screams at me for him to put a helmet on, I'm just, part of me is like, yeah, I mean, I guess he probably should, but what? How does this work? Oh, okay. Yeah, here's what it is. It's from Walmart. You guys have any of these? I got it from Walmart. I think it was like $15. I don't know. It's backwards, but you know what it is. It's a mini tripod, a flexible tripod. Photographers, I call them gorilla pods. We call them gorilla pods. Maybe that's insensitive now. I don't know, but that's what we call them. Helmets are for people who can't ride, exactly. And there's no helmet law in Illinois. You just gotta wear sunglasses. You have children. You're gonna worry. If it ain't about them falling on their bike, it's gonna be about them, going to high school and meeting the wrong group of friends. It's gonna be about them stealing. It's gonna be about them doing drugs. It's gonna be about them driving a car then, and then it's gonna be about them going to, you're always going to worry. So you got to pick the battles of where you want to alleviate your stress. Riding a bike, if he gets hurt, we're literally like 5 minutes from one of the best children's hospitals in the state. Would that suck? Yeah, it would. But there's a saying that BMXers used to use in the 80s. No falls, no balls. You're going to fall. It's inevitable. With the amount of dirt tracks that we used to do in doubles and half pipes, I don't know how most of us, we only had one friend fracture his knee, broke his leg in half. That was it. We fell a lot. And how we didn't break stuff, I don't know. But we didn't. Just kidding. Okay. I hit the button trying this pot out. It's not very versatile. God damn it. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool. You done? Are you done riding? Hey Benson, grab me a pop, please, and a water. Pop and a water. Oh, air conditioning. It's called the shop air conditioning. Benson, did you just like ADD it up, brother? Can you get me a pop, please? Thank you, buddy. It's alright. Your old man is the same way. That's what it is, dude. The only way you learn is to crash and burn. Twice, yeah, like I said, This will be his too. They don't even make this frame anymore. It's a 22 inch. It's a 22 inch red line. It was one of my bikes back in the day. So I'll put it together when he's ready. Teresa's like, are you really going to give him that? I'm like, yeah, of course. You kept that for him? I'm like, I kept it for when I had kids.
Can I have it, please?
Okay. But you got to eat dinner. We're having Polish sausage and green beans. Well, what else you want? Exactly. You want McDonald's? I know you do. We're not having McDonald's, dude. This stuff's no good for you. All right, guys. I'm trying to get this Gorilla Pod to work. So it's like all over the place. Maybe this thing wasn't really good. Give me a second here. I'm going to move things around so I can get this mallet build going. But this is how that turned out. A gap because the wood's not. It's alright, it's free. I'll fix that gap anyway. But, I don't know, one more thing. What do you guys think? Should I do a giveaway? I mean, check up the old box. All right, Fear. We'll talk to you later, Matt. Thanks for coming in. Hit that like, hit the subscribe button, guys, please. Sorry, I kind of like to put things away as I kind of go. So I'm putting my pencil right here, and I bet you $1 million it's gone in like 2 minutes. The trolls will come and get it, and they'll move it. So if you've ever seen the labyrinth, we know they exist. The Goblin King. Just gonna swing that out. Swing this out. There we go. There we go, Mike. So you guys can witness me cut off my fingers. Ken 17 watching and 40 likes. Oh yeah, nice, Vinny. I appreciate the likes, guys. Hit that subscribe button too, please. You know, like I said, I want to give away something. I really do want to give away something for hitting 500. I just don't know what to do. You guys all have mallets. You all have boxes. You all have stuff from everyone else's channel. The only thing I thought of was giving away the hammer. So I'm going to make the hammer, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the hammer Thursday night, guys. Come into a live. We're going to do a horizontal live, not a vertical live. Come into my live Thursday night, and I'll just put everyone's name who's in the chat on the wheel. We spin it once, and that's who wins the hammer. How about we do that? Because I do have other stuff to give away. I just didn't expect to grow as fast as I have been. And I owe a lot of that to Todd and my awesome skills. But no, joking aside, a lot of you guys, you know what I mean? I can't thank all of you enough for everything you've done for me. I appreciate you guys putting your trust in me, and If I'm going to the show, you're coming with. There's no show. There's no show for woodworkers. There's the hope and the grace that I don't cut my finger off, and maybe I make a little money. More or less going broke. It's like when we used to work on cars when I was younger, before I joined the military. Time and money. That's all it is. Time and money. You're never going to be satisfied with equipment. You're going to buy a bandsaw, and then you're going to be like, and I love that 14-inch bandsaw, and it cost me $800. And then you're going to be like, but, I could do so much more if I had a you're never going to be satisfied. One thing I am buying, my next piece of equipment is Find by Tools planer, 13-inch planer. Mohawk told me about it. I checked it out. It checks out. It's a 13-inch planer by Find by Tool, and it comes with the helical cutting head. Comes with it. So unlike the wall where you got to buy the planer and then buy the head separate for another $400, the Find by Tool 13-inch bench planer, a lunchbox planer with the helical head is only like $699. So $700 you get the helical head with it, and it's a 13-inch bench planer. You're not going to find a better deal than that. And he has one and he swears by it. And there's a bunch of people that say that it's amazing. So that will be my next purchase, is the Find by Tool 13-inch helical head benchtop planer. So I've tried to reach out to them, but I don't think they care. Whoever does sponsor me first will not only I will be a partner with for probably the remainder of the YouTube, but they'll get a permanent sticker and their name on my equipment so that people can see them all the time for reaching out and giving somebody like me a chance. Alright, so we're going to do 30 degrees. Actually, wait a minute. So we're going to see, because I don't know, again, I don't know what this wood on top is, and it makes me nervous. Find by Tool? Yeah, they do. I'm just a nobody. I'm just a small squirrel in a small world, you know what I mean? No one will respond to, yeah, you're right, yeah. You better not make me a squirrel. Good thing Todd's already the squirrel, so you can't make me the squirrel, James. Haha. I don't care about sponsorships. I care about having fun, going on YouTube, making stuff that's going to bring you guys in some revenue and some enjoyment out of your lives. Something new that not everybody's making. It's not all, $300 for this and $2,000 for that. And, oh, Val, I don't know if you saw. Here, let me show you real quick. Oh, get out of here. There's an ant. If you want to buy it, I think Caleb said we're going to go to $2.99. So, any takers? I mean, look at the grain pattern on it. You can't really go wrong with it. I might lower it. I might lower it to $2.50. I'm going to do that, actually, like I was saying before, I'm going to do that as a giveaway. I'm just going to mail you a 2x4. How funny would that be? Maybe $200. I actually sat on an intersection by me with the 2x4 filming it and had $300 on it. A couple people honked because they got what I was getting at. Yeah, you're not making $300 with a 2x4. Over time you will. And besides, like I said, if you research into core demographics for YouTube, the algorithm has changed. People are upset about the 8,000 watch hours. I get it. But remember, once you hit 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers, your videos will be getting more views. 8,000 will be nothing. It will take you a few months to get to 8,000. You know, 4, maybe 5 max, because you're already pumping out, you know, 300-400 views or more per 1,000 views per video at that range, and you're getting, you know, 200, 300, 400 watch time hours for one video in a month. So that 8,000 bookmark, it sucks, but it's not super far fetched when you think about that level of YouTube. And what people don't realize about YouTube is that it's one of the greatest platforms that there is to learn on. It should be a university. I'm going to make sure to say YouTube University. But it's a, like I was explaining this to John, YouTube is a job. It's a job. And they want to see if you're going to show up. They're moving the goalpost. One, they want to try to weed away from bot channels. And they're trying to sniff out the bot channels. 2 is they want to see if we move the goalpost, are they going to stay on the field? Or are they going to quit? You know, just like if you are a YouTuber and you post a video once a week and you're like, you know what, I'm going to take a month or 2 off. And then you come back and you realize your viewerships are down, your videos are down because, well, yeah, your boss is like, I mean, where were you? You were no show. You didn't post anything, so we demonetized you. I mean, now you got to work. You got to work. We got to start you back off a little on the bottom a little bit. You got to work your way back up. YouTube is a job, and you have to treat it like a job. Your employer wants to see results. Even if it's a 5-minute video of nothing, do it. If you have nothing to build, go in your garage and make this. And do a video. Hey, I just made a square that could be a trophy holder. Slap some stuff on it. Remember, the algorithm doesn't know the content that you're posting. Your subscribers will, but the algorithm doesn't. It just knows that you're posting something and that the duration of it, and then it analyzes its click-through rate, it analyzes its viewership, its likes, its comments, but it doesn't know what you're doing. So you could literally just sit there running around in a circle if you feel up to it. But you got to keep staying consistent. I can't find my block, and shit, look at that. Multiple uses. Alright, mask out. Where is it? God, your Subaru is terrible. There's one car I hate. It's Subaru. You get behind somebody in a Subaru and you know they're going 10 under the speed limit. Alright, well, that's just it. So if you hit the 1,000 and the 4,000 by January 31st, you're grandfathered in. Correct. So, but to a lot of people, that's, you have September, October, November, December, 4 months. So you have to average 1,000 view or 1,000 watch time hours a month, which, I mean, you're going to have to double your online load. You're going to have to double, if you're doing shorts, good luck. But you know, if people go to your channel, so that's the other thing, guys. You want to help each other out. Go to somebody's channel when they post a new video, like Bice or myself or Brian or Caleb or any of these guys, or Vinny. Go to their channel, click on their shorts, and watch their shorts. Take 10-15 minutes to watch their shorts and hit the like button on their channel, and they get watch time, direct watch time for that, not for the watch time hours for the shorts. Not for the feed. So if you actually physically go to the channel and watch the shorts, they get actual watch time for that. So instead of watching it when they post it through the feed, go to their channel and click it and watch it. You taking off, Eric? Alright, I'll see you. I'll probably see you later. I'll see you in Val's live probably. All right. Not the old zoo, but the new zoo. Anyone know where that quote's from? Not the old zoo, but the new zoo. What's going on, Caleb? I'm excited to see it. Oh, what's going on with Caleb? Caleb, I love the community. I think most people would know that. I'm not trying to promote it. It's just something I'm proud of. What's going on with Caleb? I'm so excited. I wish my apple was already done. But will be, I promise. 8,000 watchers bother me, so I'll make a plan to help people out. Mark my words, I got something. I need 10,000 subs and 50,000 hours before I get there. From Brian. Val said, well, I guess I'll be screwed. No, he won't. Anytime, Dan. Yeah, I mean, you guys, you got to remember. Exactly. So once you hit a certain amount of subs, you'll wake up and you'll get 30 subs. You'll go to bed and then you'll wake up and you'll have like 15 to 20 more subs. And then you have 700, or 50 followers, subscribers. You'll wake up and all of a sudden there's 40 more subs, and there's 40 more watch hours. Lives get you a lot of watch hours, so you might have to double up on the lives if you got the time. I don't know. If you're getting 40 hours alive in long format videos. If you go to your analytics page too, you'll realize that the vast majority of your views are coming from the TV. So I get most of the people watching my channel are watching it from TV, and they're not subscribing because they're not logged in to their YouTube account on the TV. They don't pair their phone YouTube account with their TV account. So you get a lot of subscribers, and that's why everybody has like the, please hit the like, hit the subscribe button in their videos somewhere, either written or, because people viewing it on TV, they're not going to you can't like and subscribe if you're not logged in. So if you can get another 10 or 15% of the people that watch you on TV to go to your channel on their phone, either while they're, on their lunch break or something like that, you're winning. Just right there alone is a large fraction of viewership that you're going to get from YouTube, from them watching it on their phone instead of watching it on the TV. And I tell people this also: if you're on your phone and you want to watch on your TV, if you click on their video, there's a square icon, and it casts to. You can cast it to the TV. So this way you can still interact with chat from your phone, like and subscribe, and still watch it on your TV, and you don't have to log into the TV. Or you can log into your Fire Stick YouTube app. But you can just do it directly from your phone. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that people are liking and subscribing. That's the goal. The goal is to get my content out there for the world to see. God willing, in a couple of prayers, and I can quit my crappy job that I do at the airport and do this full time for you guys. I'd love to do that. I would be indebted to you, and I wouldn't know where to go. But I got a long way for that. So in the meantime, I'm just going to keep pumping out videos, making some laughs, and hanging out with the best damn crew in the world. Outside of the other guys. All the other guys. Yeah, the other guys. Marine. Out of the 17 in my special unit, there's only 3 of us still alive. So I made it, baby. Luckily. Alright, so what's happening is this wood is shifting while I'm cutting it, and it's making me nervous. Look at that. It's a paper airplane. This is what you're going to win for the giveaway. Put it on your pot. Could be a stamp. So I don't care. Hang on. Didn't hurt. Alright. So what were you guys saying? I don't care about making money. I just want my person goal to be achieved. I do it for memories. My kids, grandkids can watch me when they want, when I'm gone. Exactly. That's another reason YouTube is great, man. They can go back and watch you and be like, dude, that was grandpa. Or, man, that was my pops. And it's forever. Which is why you tell some of these young kids, these girls and guys, like, it's forever. So maybe don't do that kind of content. Just saying, you know, you're making money now, but you know, when you're 70 years old, you want your grandkids stumbling across that and being like, that's grandma. Jeez. You know. Dinner is calling me. All right, Vinny, thanks for coming in, brother. I appreciate you stopping in. He's probably already gone. James is here. Nobody cares. Caleb's always hanging out because he's my boy. Actually, I'm gonna make. Natalie's here. Hey, Natalie, what's going on? Just stopped in to give a like and say hi. Got to clean up your paint mess. Yeah, you guys check out Natalie too. She's very good. I mean, again, Natalie, a lot of these women, a lot of these ladies, sorry, are so talented with painting and with resin and with lathes, and their work is awesome. It's truly incredible how gifted they are at painting. I wish I could paint again. You know, I used to do it when I was younger, and I stopped painting pictures with colors and started painting the town red. You know what I mean? I ran out of paint. It's a saying. If you know, you know. How you doing, First Sergeant? Good, Colonel. How'd it go? We're out of paint. Roger that, sir. If you know, you know. So it came out nice and flush. Look at that. I'm getting good at this, Bice. Keith knocked out a mallet for his Keith Brewer Woodworks just hit 750 subscribers. Actually, I think he's at 800 now, but he did a mallet giveaway, which was really cool. And then he laser engraved on his. Like, I don't have a laser engraver yet. Again, hopefully this company, we work something out, and I will definitely promote their product. Because I will use the hell out of it, especially at my crafting shows. But they, you know, if I can get thing is I do projects from this size to bigger. So if they were to give me a smaller laser, I would use it, and I would definitely promote it. But it would be limited because I would have my hands tied to certain projects, my crafting projects, and then when season's over, now what? Now it sits on my shelf. So we'll figure it out. You know, if they get back to me, I emailed them back. We'll see what happens. You know, so if they're going to sponsor me, that's fine. I'll take a sponsorship. I was offered a couple sponsorships actually already, which is weird. Some of them are probably, who knows if they're real, but the one is for sure for this laser printer company, and it's a very good laser. They range from 2.5 all the way up to 10 watt, but they have higher range lasers. So it's not just within the mini range that they have, but it's also within a larger scale as well, up to a 40 watt, I believe. But and their laser engravers are very good. And again, if we can work something out, I would put a little thing on the screen for their company name and a link in my videos, but we'll see if they respond. You heard the higher, the better off. Say what, Caleb? You're Superman, like Superman. Applies Superman. Hey, Minnesota. Thanks, Greg. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming in. I know you guys are probably trying to... What time is it anyway? I don't even know. Anyone know what time it is? 5:30? So I got about another hour live. I try to do at least 3, just so you guys can get sick of me. Just enough. Again, we're doing a mallet. I just built a box. I got my hands tied again. That's another one of those lives where my son decided to come home because my wife couldn't pick him up to bring him to after-school program. And... I feel bad. He knows I'm doing this, and he was fully aware that if he didn't go to after school care, that Daddy's busy. But when I see him doing, like, riding his bike back and forth, I'm like, man, he's guilting me. The higher the watts, yeah, I mean, you could use a 10 watt laser is perfectly fine. You don't need a 40 watt laser. That's extreme. But if you're gonna offer me a laser, at least make it wider. I mean, I think the cutting surface they offered me was like 5 inches, which is like, yeah, that's good enough to do like things like this on here in the middle, but I can't do that on my larger projects, which I could, and I could sell the crap out of my larger projects. It would save me a lot of time, but they didn't offer me that. So we'll see. Maybe they're like, okay, maybe we'll just go a little step up from that. But I'm young. I'm young in the YouTube game, so for even them to reach out to give me an offer, I'm extremely grateful. So we'll see. All right, so we're gonna take the mallet. We're gonna cut this side off now. Again, it's just, I don't know what it is, but it's been dicey, the mallet. It wants to shift on me, and it's making me nervous. And I don't want to turn on the vacuum because it'll bog it, because I'm only on a 15 amp system. So here, I don't know if you guys can hear this. Watch. You guys can hear it? I'm going to turn my vacuum on, and then my saw. Watch. Now watch the vacuum on. So it's like I dialed it up, because I have to get a sub panel put in the garage. I haven't. Hey, stay over there for a second. I'm using this, okay? And I don't want the piece of wood to accidentally fly and hit you on accident. Yeah, thank you, bud. If anybody wants to buy my luxurious coasters, actually no, if anyone wants to buy my luxurious light switches, Mom's home, yay! My luxurious light switches for the low of $19.99, let me know. I'm live. I'm live. You guys want to say hi to Teresa? Nope, she won't. Not that she hates YouTube, but she just got home from work and she's gonna be like, get the hell out of here. So everyone say hi to Teresa. I mean, a curly fry from Arby's. There's not even an Arby's out here. You know that? There's not a single one out here. Yeah, I know, it's terrible. Where am I gonna get my curly fries? Yeah. Dave, I was gonna do the polo sausage. You want to do? We're gonna do the polo sausage and the green beans, or there's broccoli. We do broccoli and cheese. So we'll do the broccoli with melted cheese and Italian breadcrumbs. Simple. It's easy. It's hot. I don't want to, I'm building a mallet live for the. Okay, here guys, look at this. So we all thought this was redwood. It's not. I don't know what it is, but look what happened when it burned it on accident. Actually, yeah, that's probably part of mine. Never mind, it's part of the blade. What? Can you, what do you want? Yeah? Can you stay over there though, buddy, okay? Because Daddy's live. My youngest son came in. The chair's broken too. The green one. He set it down and it cracked. It's old. It's weathered. Riley, get off of it.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Last time my sister. Oh, yeah, I break.
Yeah, that's break.
Oh, I'm too heavy. I break it.
Oh, you didn't break. You're not too heavy. You weigh like 20 pounds. Yeah, you broke it. We're going to take away your Tooth Fairy money to pay for it. How about that?
Right, I threw them in the garbage. What? Those are my wheels. Right.
Yeah, leave it. Riley.
All right, you got to get away because I'm dealing with unpredictability on these cuts, and I just don't want.
Riley, come here. Get out of the grass.
I don't want the pieces to fly off it.
Mushroom. You gotta go that way.
What?
You gotta go that way if you want to ride the car. Oh, the battery's on it. Hold on.
It's clogged. The bag is full. I'm not gonna answer. Alright, can you please? Alright, please. Stop doing that. I'm gonna get the battery, your favorite car. So the piece keeps shifting on me, so I'm gonna do like a zero fence. I'm dealing with a clog in my, so in this part of the saw, it's clogged. It's like a chimney sweep. Have a great night. I guess I'm cracking myself up. Raised 3 kids, you never know. Tell her the truth, all the kids were bouncing up. Is there anybody in chat anymore? Did I lose everybody? See, babe, I keep losing because I keep having to do this. And I'm not standing there, so people come in and they're like, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. He's dealing with a clog. It's clogged up. Alright. Anybody else want to buy state-of-the-art light? So these are for lights, light switches. Anybody else? Everybody left. All right, well, I'm here by myself, so that's cool. I don't know if that worked. I could tapered it almost. Let's see. Looks like it off-cut it. How do I check that? With my square. Benners is still here. Thank you, Benners, for hanging out, brother. I know other people's channels are starting now and stuff, so I get it. Yeah, I appreciate you hanging out. Natalie hung out. Let's do the paint dry and make paint skins. What's a paint skin, Amy? Or sorry, Natalie. Paint skins, am I reading that correctly? What's a paint skin? So it looks like it's... Yeah, see, I think it's off. It looks like it's off. It looks like it's leaning. And that could be the grain pattern playing tricks on my eyes. What do you think? Sorry, the drunk neighbor lady came over to see if I could fix her mower. She tried grinding a stump with it. Yeah, of course she did. It's the drip-offs, your canvas you let dry, peel off, and use in other projects. Make pop sockets. Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know that. That's kind of interesting. I mean, how idiotic are you? It just doesn't look straight. Like the handle's not proportionate to the hammer. Like I'd almost have to come in. Here's what I'm gonna do. Let me get the end off. So to make a zero clearance to cut my hammer. But I got the 3 grains, the 3 patterns in there now. I got the redwood, maple, and my oak, and my handle. So essentially what I would do normally is I would grind this down, sand this down, but I don't have a grinder, or I don't have a sander to do that. I have a orbital sander, but that'll take all day. So the only thing I was thinking was to, yeah, and I can't send it through my belt sander because the belt broke, which is what I would normally do, is send it through the belt sander and put a shoulder on it, an 1/8 inch shoulder on it. So, you know, this is what it will look like though. This hammer. I got to do my tapers, which I should have left the zero clearance on for the tapers. I just don't remember. I don't remember where the frickin' brad nails are. You know what, Benner? We're gonna screw this up together, dude. There's Todd. Todd's back again. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Mommy, there's a full.
Well, you can't use Daddy's. Daddy's on his phone.
Huh.
I'm sorry, buddy.
I'm open to food. I got you.
Yeah, that's me.
No, you got wear your shoe. I gotta see your shoes.
Well, yeah. Why you want to see my shoes, though?
Gotta give on my hat back to food.
If he's not using it, otherwise you're gonna have to share, okay? Well, Todd, I think, Todd, that I don't know. I want to say when I put the zero clearance on it, I just took the clamps off with the zero clearance that I made. Or for the fence, I did a fence where I clamped it, and I want to say it threw off the. It like mitered it a little bit. Like it almost tapered the whole thing. But I'm hoping that didn't happen, so I'm just gonna cut these corners before I use a round over on it and hope that it'll work. Well, I got lucky. I hit the brad nail. So I don't know what to do now. I don't know if I just ruined this whole thing. It's the shape I wanted it. You know what? I wonder, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I don't even know how to cover that. Yeah, I know. Well, see, here's the thing. Here's what I did, is I glued the one side, then I brad nailed it and clamped it. I gotta stop doing that. I mean, now there's no fixing that. There's nothing I can do about it. The only thing I could do about it is cut deeper to cut it out and hope that I don't hit the other ones that are in there. But I could probably do like a 45-degree cut on it that's deeper down, and it's not gonna hit it because I only put like 1, 2, or 3 in there. So I could do a deeper 45 to get it out, and that's what I'm thinking of doing. What do you guys think? It's pretty sketchy though. So, because I don't know how. I mean, we know how thin it is. So if I come in about 1/8 of an inch, it will eliminate that brad nail. So what I did on my 45, or on my, is that I hit a brad nail. Because I brad nailed this piece to this. And then I glued the top section. I shouldn't have done that. I did. But to get that brad nail out, that's a burn mark, a knot. But to get that brad nail out, the only way to do it is to cut deeper, is what I'm thinking. Like 1/8 of an inch in to eliminate the brad nail. I didn't think I did, but apparently I did. Again, that's why I don't like using the brad nail technique on mallets, because you run into this problem. Now I have to somehow cut it out without it shooting at me, and hope that the other brad nails that are in there aren't as close. So here's what we're gonna do. Got it out. Sucker. Boom. So that knot's in there, but I don't care about that. But now I gotta do the others. Actually, no, I don't. Actually, I got an idea. Oh yeah, in case you guys didn't know, I'm giving away these high quality, high priced stamps and light switch covers on my next giveaway. Look at that little fancy light switch cover, goes right over there. How neat that would be. Light switch covers with Paduke or whatever that is. Maple and oak. All right, so I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm pushing my luck. Yeah, right. High back couldn't turn that. It's too thin. Now I have to hope to not hit another bread nail. It's making me nervous. I really make me nervous. I don't know, but I like it. Right? I'll think of something with it. Don't start with telling me to get rid of that. I want to hear it. Making, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I like a lot. Yeah, you know what? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. It's gonna be mine. Thin edge, like a roofing hammer. It is. Cicada ASMR, dude. It's a nature ASMR. Cicadas, kids, the birds, the church. I like it, but here's the problem with this mallet. Does anybody else see the problem with the mallet? Does anybody else see the problem with the mallet? The head is too small for this big of a handle. Like when I added these pieces onto it. So I'd have to round it over as such. And I don't... Maybe if I just... I don't know. I'm literally at a loss of what to do. With the handle anyways. The head I'm done. So I finished the head. The head's good. Head's ready to go. I'll put some Odie's oil on it and we're ready to go. This is what I got to try to figure out what to do with it. So I either have to... You thought we're coming from your house? Wait, what? Right? It looks out of proportionate. And I'll be honest, I kind of liked the brad nail in it. Because it shows imperfection. And it's a reminder of what not to do the next time. That's why I like to build my projects. Even though I take time in this is all free wood, so I can care less if I ruin it. And I hate to say that for people who pay for wood. That's not fair. What I mean is, like, I like projects when I'm prototyping them to be flawed because it gives me an idea of something I could do next. I might even scrap this as a mallet altogether and make it some kind of a flame. I might actually drill through it this way and, you know, make it, no, I'm going to make it a mallet. But it allows me to see, like, so the other side had a brad nail. And I'd have to go through that same process again. And do I risk it? I say nay. And it allows me to see the imperfections of my cuts. It allows me to know, okay, this is what you need to do next time to make sure that it's uniform. I can already see that the angles are off on some of them. Like the project got pulled in because I didn't have a 0 on it. So they're not even. And I like that because it allows me to, you know, see you here? You guys see the angle coming down? It like tapers down. It's not straight. That lets me know that my 45 that came in here when I had it on the thing like this, the project shifted like that. It moved and it kept cutting because I wouldn't have seen I wouldn't have that inconsistency. Then look here, this side, look how thin that is. And then look at this side. And I know I wanted to make the one side bigger because of the mallet, or because of the handle. I mean, I say I just leave it, and it is what it is, you know what I mean? I don't like, it's too small of a head for this handle. So maybe if I shorten the handle, but then I'm running into, I didn't put anything up here, because I thought for sure I'd be, maybe I'll make a new handle and just use this handle on something else. Hang on. Oh man, now look at it. Look at my baby mallet. Actually, right? That looks more like a mini sledgehammer than it does a mallet. You know what I mean? And then once I get this in there, which it'll go down in there. So now I got my mini sledge, my mini hammer. Boom, boom, boom. I like it. You know what? I like it. I like the oversized handle with the mini head, like a little mini sledgehammer. So a mallet, maybe. I gotta sand it down. I gotta sand this down though to get it to snug in there a little bit better. So I'll hit this with 60/80 and grind it in. I could probably get it in there now, but I gotta drill my hole, and then I gotta make my line with my scroll saw so that I can wedge it. But man, I think that's cooler. I think it's just way cooler than, you know. Now it looks more proportionate, correct? Because before I was up here, you know, or, you know, if I go here, then it's a baby mallet. But if I stay long with it, it's like a sledge. I can just drive my wedge in the sledge. So we got the redwood, the maple, and the oak, and then the handle is going to be maple. What's going on, Bill? Bill or Billy? Who calls him Billy? Hey, Billy. Silly Billy. Nobody calls him Billy. That's what I'm saying. I can always add the accent afterwards. And the handle's, it's longer than the other one. Not by a huge margin, but by enough. Look. I mean, that's a 2-inch difference. That's a big difference. Hey, Cedar Point! Hey, Billy, I got you a light switch cover. Spared no expense for your house for coming in. I really want to show you guys the other project there. I got to finish filming, but I can't because I'm making a video on it. And yeah. So, but yeah, so that's a substantial difference between the two. Man, whatever is in that wood is killing my sinuses, even with the mask. So we're gonna, and I don't have oil right now. Out of oil. Not out of oil, but when I went to Home Depot, the whole reason I went to Home Depot, and I'll be honest with you, the whole reason I went there is I had to grab brad nails and frickin' oil, and I didn't. I grabbed the brad nails, and I was so like, come on with the brad nails that I left, and then I got home, and I'm like, well, okay, but now I gotta go pick my kid up from school, and I just had a senior moment. Could be like a Mario mallet. It's a me, Mario! Or like a Donkey Kong mallet. You guys are probably too old or too young for that shit. Alright, so I love doing glue ups. Like, they look ugly, and then you do, you know, like, I mean, they're terrible looking, and then, you know, you get and then you do the cut, and you're like, man, so freaking cool, you know, especially if you clamp it hard enough. It's just, that's the one thing I like about cutting boards, is that, like, after you do the planing and stuff, like when it chops everything down and makes it uniformed and stuff, it's like, it makes a project that look like this, you know, look like that afterwards. So cool. What are you doing, brah? I'm gonna make it weirder and glue things to it. With the brad nail in it, benders. The old handle. Glue one on each side. Honestly, if I had this thicker, or if these were the same, if they were the same size, I would do that on the handle, like as the accent. That would be the base of my accent, like right there, boom, you know. But they're not the same size. They're clearly, you know, one's way thinner than the other one. But cool in theory. Again, my mind with the ideas in my head, it just goes and goes and goes. I wish I could turn it off, but I can't. And my mind keeps saying, I can finish this, I can finish this, I can finish this, and then I'm doing it, and I'm like, I don't even have the right angles, I don't have the right measurements. I think that's woodworking in a nutshell for me, is that nothing works. The measurements never seem to add up, and I'm left with something that brings me to a different idea, and then I change that. That's what makes me not so ordinary. That was the whole reason for being not so ordinary, is that my mind just thinks of different things outside of the ordinary. Sorry about that. I hate my equipment being dirty. Like, if you're done using it, even though you're gonna keep using it, clean it up a little bit, vacuum it, air it, so it's not just sitting there all full of dirt. I'm right here, I'm just throwing out my pop. Alright, so we're going to start on that box base, so I can get that. My box. So again, how many of you would think to use crown molding to make a box? Not many. It's a crown molding. I'm trying to find something I can put in the bake. Trying to find something I can put in the bake. Let's cheapen it up with some plywood. I can't. I want to so bad. But I can't put plywood on. I can't for a base. I can't do it. What? Why? This is the box. I caught my luxury box. Well, that'll come out weird. But I call it a nice project, and you know, I even tried to make another one with it and it didn't work out, but because the wood wasn't cut at 45, it wasn't trimmed at 45. I should have trimmed it so it matched itself there, but as you can see, there's a gap there, and it's a large gap, and when you look down on the project, you can tell that these two tier systems are, you know what? Right? You got a project that didn't work out? I'll take the brad nails out of it, and I'll cut another piece. So this is what dentists go through. See, now I can just sand it a little bit by hand. Benson, look out! Benson! Okay, so I'll grab another piece and we'll make it a doorway. I'm going to make it a Pokemon holder for your Pokemon cards. It'd be so funny if I did that. I'm so glad they're getting rid of the kiosks in Illinois. I don't have to stare at, watch grown men push children out of the way to get to Pokemon cards. I mean, I get it. There's money in them, and they don't care about children. But when you see children standing there trying to get to do the same thing you're doing, maybe give them a pass and let them buy some stuff before you decide to rid the machine of everything.
Show yourself, you know what, right?
Yeah, let me see. You got wheelie?
No.
No wheelie? Well, then it's not worth me watching, dude. Sorry. Come back tomorrow. I'm just joking. What do you got?
Let's come over.
I'm not gonna come with you. I'm on live, buddy. I'm trying to build. What do you want? What do you want to show me? What? Benson, stop! Benson, you have to pay attention. Can't live with them. Can't shoot them. All right, so I just got hit by a car. Let me see. Wow.
I just saw staring up on my bike.
Good job. Just gotta keep practicing. Keep practicing. Watch for cars though. You almost got hit right there. You tell them and they do it again. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't they? So I found out the problem with these. Pappy Woodworks. What's going on, buddy? We are trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my floor. So we built our Super Mario Brothers mallet.
Come on, food's ready.
It's a me Mario. So I got my Super Mario Bros. Mallet, which I have nothing to finish it with. And the box that I'm going to put a base on it. And again, this is all, it doesn't look right because it's crown molding. It's not supposed to be a box. And when they do crown molding cuts, they're at like 31.6, I think, or 35.3 usually. So they're, yeah, 31.6, I believe. And then the other measurement would be the 35.3. So they're not true 45. But the good news to that kinds, sirs and ladies, is this. I have a whole table of free crown molding. Whole table. I can do whatever I want with it. And that's all poplar and maple. And if you follow me, I have all of that behind the clamps. So I got a whole, like, ton. If anyone lives in Illinois, message me and you can come and pick up all of this trim if you want it. You can take all of it. It's all maple and poplar. You can have all of it. It'll fill half of your trunk. I have no use for it. I really thought, yeah, I'm going to put that up somewhere. I really thought that I was going to make planters or boxes and put those on the base of the box to make it just a little bit pizzazzier. Word of the day, pizzazz. Pizzazz. So every chat you go in now, you gotta pepper in pizzazz. So when I see you guys later tonight in other chats, I'm gonna see if you guys remember the secret word. Pizzazz. Eric, what's going on, man? Were you hanging out in Discord? Hudson, can you have Mom give me a... All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. I don't drink beer. I don't drink at all. I'm sober for 16 years sober. 16 years. What were we doing? Oh yeah, we were looking for a base. So I have, amongst all the crap, it's actually, most of it is not crap. And I organized, let me flip you guys around. You guys see, I organized it now. So now that it's organized, now I have to pull it out again and stack it correctly. So what I did, as you guys saw before, is that I had a huge table full of crap in here. And I got rid of a lot of wood, and like down here. You know, it's, ooh, can't show you that project in there. Damn it. Actually, it's not assembled, so you'd never be able to figure out what I'm building with it. But so now I got to pull it out and make sure that it's stacked correctly so that it doesn't bow and warp. But all this oak, all this stuff I got for free. You've seen my shorts. Everything in my garage right now was the wood I got for free outside of this 2x12 and those 1x6s. Everything else in here has been free. Even this thing, which it's supposed to be for towels, like in a cabin, but I don't have a cabin. I have a camper, and I should put that outside the camper though when we go camping, right? So I'll stick this thing out there. I'm putting the towels on it, and people be like, "Look at this guy. Where are you from?" Chicago. Yeah, we can tell, dude. You got a towel rack. You got a wooden towel rack. I mean, like I said, I grew up sleeping outside. Like when we went camping with my pops and Indian guides and stuff like that. We would go camping. That's it. Benson, leave the dog alone. Anyway, we used to go real camping. And then as we got older, my parents got older, and my mom's like, yeah, I'm not sleeping in a tent anymore. So my dad got a Apache, 80s Apache hard, it was a pop-up hard side. And they had their cool Apache club. And then he went from that to an upright, and then right before he passed away, he gave me the upright J Feather, the Jayco. It's a it's 22 feet. 2 queens and 2 singles inside of it. And kitchen, bathroom, all that shit. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I kind of want to get rid of it. I had a for sale sign on it for $2,000, and one guy walked past. He's like, "Are you crazy? You're selling that for $2,000?" I'm like, "I don't want it." He's like, "It's worth like $5,000 or $6,000." I'm like, "Well." And then we thought about it, and we're like, "Yeah, I mean, it's paid off. We don't owe anything on it. Why not just keep it, and we'll bring the kids camping with it? You know, it is what it is." So, anybody actually go camping this year or fishing? And fishing, I mean, is not leaving work and going fishing for an hour. I mean, like, you know, a fishing trip. Like you go for the weekend, you know, you stay in a cabin or you stay in a, you know, a tent or a camper. Benson, leave that dog alone. Yeah, that's the downside right now is the camping. So if you go camping now, depending on where you live, it's 101 degrees with 90% humidity. That's not healthy for your children if you're going to take your kids or adults. It's not healthy weather to camp in. You know, if you got me personally, I wouldn't care because I would go camping where there's water and I'll just run and jump in the lake or the river. So sorry about that. So I get views when I'm over here. People come in, and then when I step into camera, they're like, "Oh, it's not fucking Brad Pitt. Get out of here. You're not welcome anyway." Go look at the guy dangling his teeth, or the Indian people slapping each other with thousands of viewers. Or you got the frat guy with the dreadlocks trying to sing, and believe it or not, there's a lot of trucking videos. A lot of people are doing trucking lives now, which I guess that's one way to get your watch hours. Just throw that thing in your dashboard and over the road you go. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. You gotta be careful where you go fishing too, and boating, because you got, like, in Illinois, you need permits and stuff like that. Or fishing games they're gonna take your stuff, and those guys will not question. Hey, what's up, Michael? They will not question anything. They will just take your stuff. I mean, if you're with your kids, they'll probably give you a fine, but they definitely will fine you. Okay, so we got the mallet done. I gotta do that. I gotta get the oil for it. But if you just showed up, Michael, we finished my Mario Brothers mallet. It's a me Mario. My Donkey Kong hammer. Could be from the Cleveland Indians. I should, or whatever they're called now. I don't know what Cleveland's team is called now. But, because I'm a Cubs fan. And that's what's up. Hey, I'm Joe Biden. Times are fun right now, though, man. Sorry, I'm got a few minutes to kill, and then I'm gonna call it. But I finished the one box. I gotta put I don't know what I'm gonna do with that tapered box. I really thought I was gonna finish it today, and I wanted to get the mallet done, and we got the mallet done. So at least we accomplished something. If I was Wes, I'd be carving all this by hand, like on 50 different lives, but I can only go live for so many hours a week because of my life schedule with my kids and my family and stuff. So I can't always be on live, even though they moved the threshold now to 8,000 hours, which kind of forces you, to go live more. Because now, I mean, unless your videos are getting, 5 to 10,000 views per video, good luck. But once you hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours, your videos alone should drag you into 8,000 within 4 to 5 months. Just without even, obviously you got to stay consistent with posting, but your old videos should drag your watch time, plus with your lives, would drag you to 8,000 a lot faster. And I think they know that. They just, again, like I said before, YouTube is a job. The algorithm wants to know, are you willing to work for it? Or are you going to just sit back and try to collect a paycheck using bot accounts and using looped material? Because pretty soon they're going to be eliminating all the looped stuff. So the guy that's playing with his teeth, all that stuff, that's all looped. That's all looped. They're eliminating all those channels. All the loop channels will be eliminated. Or they want but they're like the old school boss. They're not eliminating the channels. They're just going to go into their analytics and realize they got no watch time for their video. They're going to be like, what? Dude, what? I looped it for like 7 hours. And I had like 500 viewers. Well, you had bot viewers, so it eliminated that. And then you were looped for more than 12 minutes, so you got no time. So all those people they'll start quitting, or they're going to try to figure out a way to get watch time. Pretty soon YouTube's going to be tightly locked down, and they're trying to do that now. They're trying to keep it to where there's people that are willing to help others learn and make money, as well as do something different with their life. Not people that are just taking advantage of a system that's flawed because it wasn't ran off of, it was ran by people. Now it's going to be run by machines. In case you're wondering, it's not a beer. It's a alcohol-free Budweiser. I call them Kenweisers. I don't know if I can say that live, but and I have one of these once in a blue moon. Tastes like a beer to me. I haven't had a real beer in 16 years, so I don't know. I don't remember what they really taste like. But Todd played Donkey Kong today. This is ironic that we made a Donkey Kong mail. So we were able to finish one thing. Again, I like finishing more. I do like hanging out with you guys. And I probably will because I need watch hours. My channel's been doing very well thanks to Todd from finding me. So I probably won't have to worry about that, but I still want to keep doing like what I'm doing because regardless of how large my channel gets, I enjoy it. I would love to be able to do this full time, to go live with you guys, to build things. I would like to do like a wheel, is what I'm going to do soon, is I'm going to put a different projects on the wheel and we're going to spin it. And that's the project we make that day. But what I'll do is I'll go to you guys and I'll put, all right guys, every week's a new wheel. What can we add to the wheel? And then we'll go through it, we'll put it on the wheel. You know, obviously there's things I can't make because I don't have all the machinery to do that, but we'll keep it within a reasonable project. And, you know, and then we'll spin, and then we'll make that project, and then at the end of the live, when we finish that project, we'll do another spin, and somebody will win that project. So it'll be a build and win, a win and build. I'm going to start a win and build stream, where we spin the wheel to make it, we spin the wheel, you win it. It gets shipped out that night or the next morning, probably the next morning, and we'll just consistently do that. You know what I mean? You don't got to donate. You don't got to give me money. I'm not looking for money. I'm just looking to hang out, looking to have fun. I love doing woodworking. I wish I could do it full time, but you know, life's life. That's it. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. And I'm not going to mention the person's name, but he's having an issue with YouTube where we had to run like analytics and we had to figure it out because his channel just died. And it's not it's not Daniel's channel. It's a friend of ours, a lower tier YouTuber's channel. And he's like, dude, I'm posting projects that nobody made. I'll research them. He's like, I'm doing what you told me to do. And I'm just not getting the views. I don't understand it. And my friend, he used to be an add-on. He used to write the code for the new AI system. He gave me a little bit of a packet, like a cheat sheet. It's not really a cheat sheet. It's you can get the knowledge anywhere. You just got to do some research. But he kind of did me the solid of printing it out for me. And he said, dude, there's going to be days where you're boom, you're up here. 10,000, 10,000, 9,000, 7,000, and then all of a sudden you'll see 1,000, 800, 700, 1,200, you know, and you'll be like, what the hell? It's because the algorithm pushes your stuff out on the feed differently every month, every other month. He said sometimes it's bi-monthly, sometimes it's 1 week out of the month, 2 weeks out of the month, 3 weeks out of the month. 1 month, but he said it'll push it to a larger audience, and then some months it won't. Some, you know, so you could be on the high horse, but it's gonna dip. They all do this because the machine wants to know if you're serious, if you take a hit, if you're gonna stay with it. But also, he told me that the algorithm treats you as though you're an employee, because essentially YouTube, when you're on YouTube, you are their employer. That you are their employee. You are working for them. Whether you want to admit it or not, you're working for them. So it wants to know, are you going to show up and do your job? And if you do, you're rewarded, just like real life. Well, the new algorithm saying, if we're going to be paying all these content creators, we want to know that they're serious about doing it. And if you're not serious, guess what? we're going to demonetize you and see if you'll work to get it back. And if you don't, we know for sure that you're not serious. You were just riding it before the algorithm was able to be processed. Yeah, man, I'm making $15,000 a month on YouTube, doing the dumbest things ever. And now the new algorithm's like, yeah, not anymore. You're going to work for it. We're going to make you work for it. My buddy's like, it's going to get worse before it gets better. The copyright strikes are going to be worse. I mean, there's already an influx shift on YouTube for people going over to Twitch, people going to Kick, people going to different platforms, and oh, I can do whatever I want on Twitch. Yeah, that's true. You can, and you can stream on both at the same time. Which, again, if you are a YouTuber, you should maybe just to reach a different audience. But people that are on Twitch, usually they're video gamers or they're IRL streamers. But those people, if they find your channel on Twitch, in the just chatting section, you can do whatever you want on there. However, you can't do it simultaneously, because if you're in a restaurant, you'll get copyright struck in on YouTube. They'll demonetize the live, but Twitch won't. YouTube pays a 70-30 cut ratio. Twitch is 50-50. So which one do you want to do? Do you want to do whatever it is you want to do and make 50%? Or do you want to have a little bit of rules and structures and make 70%? I'll take the 70%. So I can't play unlicensed music. Big deal. It's just, I look at YouTube as, I'm having a good time. I've met some of the coolest people in the world with some amazing abilities. It's accelerated my ability. I mean, if you would have told me 2 years ago that I'd be here talking to you guys on a live chat, I'd be laughing. YouTube changed my life, man. And I have everybody in this community to thank for it. Especially Todd. So if you're not subscribed to Todd at Finding Me, please go do so. He's an amazing and skilled woodworker whose knowledge far surpasses mine with woodworking. I might have some really quirky ideas and new ideas, but I use techniques that I've learned from his channel to implement my ideas into reality, if that makes sense. Yuck. JRH. Are you guys doing? You guys eat? Don't you guys eat dinner? You're going over to BV's soon? BV's live. What's today? Today's Monday, so I'm assuming he's going live, or he's probably already live. His channel's, his lives are. Is what it is. I'm not at that level, so I can't comment. I mean, I want to do more structured lives. I almost can't wait for the holidays to be over with in that sense, because I'm trying to get caught up so much so on my crafting ideas for my craft shows that I'm behind on not making content, but I'm behind on making other things I want to make that I can make on a live, to where I'm not worried about you guys seeing it. So like hands are tied. You know what I mean? That's not a Wakanda thing. That's just hands are tied, and I can't show my project, so I can't finish filming my project. I got my camera still sitting here and my microphone, my DJIs, sorry, and Fancy, be careful. And I can't finish filming because I'm talking to you guys. But I'm going to be getting off here in a minute anyway. I got 3 more minutes and I'm going to cut. You guys can go over to BV's, or anyone else going live? Anyone else doing a live tonight? Hey, Hobo. Hobo. We finished the Donkey Kong mallet. I didn't need to do the sound effects, but I did it. August is the holiday for crafters, for craft people that, like I say, for people that go to craft shows. I started my builds in July for Halloween. So what I do is I finished. Right now I have 7 more Halloween builds already videoed, ready to go. I have to do 3 more, and then that'll hold me. And then what I do is in September, I focus on my Christmas builds and my filming of the Christmas builds. So this way, my Christmas builds will hold me till December. Now it's still warm out here where I live in September. So then when I'm done doing those videos, in October, I'm doing standard builds that'll hold me in the cold months from January, February up to St. Patrick's Day in March. So now what I can do is I'm done in October. I can sit back with my family, enjoy November and December off, and January off, and not have to worry about it because I have 22 videos on my mainframe ready and loaded up, ready to go. So I start my projects in July so I can build up inventory so when I go to my shows, I'm not behind. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but you know. One of my videos, go watch my videos, like and subscribe, hit the like button. You know, I film ahead of time so that I can be ahead of the schedule, so that I'm not struggling to keep up with my schedule, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Especially when you're doing craft shows, because you got to think, if you do a craft show and you do well at that craft show for that weekend, and you drain 60%, 70% of your inventory, well, now you got to go back home and you got to make that stuff. Well, okay, you still got to do that, but then I also have 2 other jobs. I have my photography company. I have, so my editing studio. Then I have to spend time with my family. Then I have to make time for my wife. Then I have to make time to do the stuff around the house, the lawn, the gutters. So when do I have time to catch up on all those crafts and do my filming and do my YouTube lives? So now I'm struggling, and that's why people quit YouTube, because they don't think ahead. They're thinking, all right, I'm live today, right? So I go live every Monday at 3:30. All right, awesome live, pound it, I'm out. And then Sunday they're like, all right, I'm going live tomorrow. What did you? Did you have a plan? Did you make anything in the time frame? So I'll be going live possibly Thursday night to do a giveaway, horizontal one. So if you're subscribed to me, you'll be in that chat. Now you just gotta say your name and I'll put you on a wheel. There's no money. I don't want it. Just come and hang out, and you win, you win. Benner's probably gonna win anyway, or Eric. They always win. If Benner's wins, I'm respinning the wheel. I'm sorry, Benner. He has a video of all the shit he won. So what I'm going to do is, I plan ahead. I'm going to finish shooting my one video tonight. Then I have to work the next 2 days. I'm going to start Wednesday night building my prototypes for my next project. And then I film it. So I don't film as I build. I build it. What's in my head, I'll build it. And then the next day I'll film build it. I'll build it on film. So I already know the step process I have to do, so I'm not sitting there behind the camera for 5 hours. It only takes me 2 hours to do my shoot, sometimes 3. Where I'm stopping it, changing the camera, moving the camera around for different angles and stuff like that. Because I shoot with a 1-camera system. I'm not using my professional cameras and my professional lenses in front of my saws. It's not going to happen. I have my beginner level ADD, and I'll stick with that. It works just as good. You don't need super awesome equipment to do YouTube. You can do it on your phone. But I'll do Thursday, I'm going to do 2 videos. So now I have 2 more videos done. I drop my video drops tomorrow on my Cedar Jack 2.0. Go watch it, guys. If you're a cedar fence picket planter or jack-o'-lantern person that built the square ones, I just figured out a way to make it completely different using the same amount of materials, and it's way cooler, more unique. It takes the same amount of time, The tools are the exact same, and you don't need a CNC. You don't need a laser cutter. You can do it with a simple scroll saw, a coping saw, a jigsaw, a hand saw, and trust me, please watch my video tomorrow, you guys. In my head, it's gonna go viral because people are making these cedar fence jack-o'-lanterns, and they're not even thinking outside the box and how they can improve on its design. I got it, and it's gonna change the way that people make jack-o'-lanterns. I guarantee it, because nobody wants to see a square cedar fence jack-o'-lantern. They're boring. They're boring. Everybody makes them. I have a whole closet full of them that I couldn't get rid of last year at the craft shows. I even listed them for $10. I couldn't get rid of them. Nobody wanted them. So I'm like, what do I do with them? Well, I let the kids play with them, and I use them for decorations around the house for the holidays. I'll bring a few of them back to the craft show this year to see if somebody will buy them. I'll leave them at $10, but I'm bringing the new ones I have for $30. And they're gonna be like, well, how come this one's $30? And I'm like, well, you see the difference, right? Thanks. Appreciate it, man. Oh, what just happened? Did I cut out for a second? Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it, man. Congratulations. Picked up 10 during this live. Actually, I picked up like 30. But I'm not bragging. I'm just joking. I have no idea how to even check that until I get off of it. What's my top fans? Who's my top fan right now? Eric is my top fan. Then Brian and Cedar Point. I haven't seen Cedar Point. Plies on there. So, you know what I want to do? Eventually, I'm going to get into talking about the military, guys, and I just haven't yet. Eventually, we will. It's a subject I don't really want to discuss unless you've been there, but. Well, we'll talk about some stuff. We're going to change things up. I'm going to actually be doing military builds. So I'm going to be showing you how to make a mailbox tank. So it's going to be a mailbox, and it turns into a tank. Well, we're going to turn it into a tank. It doesn't turn into it. It's not a transformer. And I'm probably going to do either an Apache helicopter or a Black Hawk mailbox. So you would open the cockpit, and that's how you get your mail. So I'm gonna probably start doing that. I'm gonna do a bunch, so those are gonna be builds of mine that I have in my head when the holidays are over with, when Halloween's done and Christmas is done, because I have a million cool Christmas things I want to show you guys, and it's not the stupid frickin' trees. Sorry if you made them. You know, you're probably gonna see videos of mine that are repeat builds from other content creators, because you gotta get one out, or you gotta throw a short or a smalls video out there, and they're good smalls. Just make it different. That's all. Like BV says, copy my videos all you want to, but just make it your own. Change it up. Change one cut, for Christ's sakes. You know, and if you're awesome enough, like Todd was to me, you throw a shout out. He did not have to do that. He could have just mentioned it by name, or he could have just said, hey, you know, I got this from this person, check the link below. Nobody checks the links below. Unless you want to buy the stuff that they're using in the lives. And let's face it, most of us as woodworkers, all the stuff that you see somebody make in their videos, you most likely have. It's very rare that you're going to run into a video that you watch where you're like, yeah, I don't have that. Unless it's a, Festool or, saw stop type stuff. And, I guess everybody wants those saw stop saws and Festool. I can care less. I mean, it's nice and fancy and all. Probably works very well, but I got by with nothing, I'll get by with nothing. You know what I mean? I got a family to worry about. I ain't spending no fucking... Sorry about my language. Pardon my language. I'm not spending that much kind of money on a table saw when I could feed my kids for a month with that money. I got other priorities in my life. If that stuff comes with sponsorships down the road, I'll take it, and I'll freaking sell it to somebody, or I'll give it away to a friend who needs it. I don't need it. I got a rigid 4512 that works perfectly fine. You know, I'm just a down-to-earth type of person. I don't need materials. I just want to make some cool stuff you guys can make money with. That's my goal. Is make things that you guys can make in less than 2 hours, and you can actually get rid of it. That's my goal. Forget Etsy. Forget Shopify. It's over. It's over. If you're hanging on to Etsy and you're hanging on to those, and if you had a shop from like 2015, fine. But if you're trying to be on Etsy now, it's over with. It's ran by bots. It's all hack accounts. Most of the time people are going to inquire about your product. It's because they're trying to get access to your checking accounts. It's over. It's over. Do Whatnot, sell it live on auction, go to shows. Go to talk to your local, I've said it a million times. Like, there's a dollar store a couple blocks away from my house. Well, there's a dollar store a couple blocks away from everybody's house. But you go there and you just talk to, the manager. Hey, listen, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. I got a bunch of crafts. Is it cool if I set up in the corner of the parking lot? I have a vending permit from the town. I won't be in anyone's way. I won't be in your customer's way. Is that okay? Would you mind if I did that for the day? No, go ahead. Just, stay in the corner. Yeah, no, not a problem. I'm not going to, I'll clean up after myself. You don't got to worry about me. And if somebody complains, just come say something to me, and I'll pack up and I'll get the hell out of here. Yeah, no problem. I'll set up there and I'll sell $300 worth of stuff. People just driving by. That's just $300 I just made in one afternoon. Not in counting, obviously you want to count materials and labor and stuff like that. And I don't know any woodworker that's on YouTube, short of the big guys that pay taxes on and stuff, because we don't make enough to pay the... I'm not paying taxes. If they want to come after me, good luck. You didn't pay your taxes on your your $45 fence. Yeah, okay. Did you pay your taxes on your $30 million business? Exactly. Get the hell out of here. I'm a down-to-earth kind of guy. I like to keep it real. I'm humble. I grew up in the dirt. And I'm just now living 3 feet above it for now. And hopefully my kids live in the penthouse by the time they're older. And that's the goal in life, is to make sure they do a little bit better than me. And then hopefully their kids will do a little bit better than them. That's all you can hope for. They stay alive, they stay healthy. That's it. That's all I want for anybody. Stay alive, stay healthy. Build some shit to have some good times until you can't build no more. Until your hands hurt so goddamn bad. And reflect back on it and look at the accomplishments you had. Not the money you make doing it. You know what I mean? Sarah Bear is here. She was here. I think she left. Do I not have? So if you guys have any questions, I'm going to be getting off here in a minute. I actually have a minute, and then I'm 2 minutes. 6:58. I get off at 7. It's going to be 3:30 to 6:30 or 7 o'clock usually. But I appreciate all you guys coming in, hanging out, and again, I have to finish filming for my YouTube video. Not the one for tomorrow, but just for extra projects. And before it gets dark, because I won't be able to do it again until Thursday. Yeah, exactly, Brian. The only person that's holding you back is you. I get people who have health issues, they have arthritis issues. It's not easy. They can't just, if you're 65 years old and you got a bad back, you're not lugging your shit to a corner to set up an easy app. I get it. Sometimes selling online is the only option you got. Okay, I get it. Call a friend. If I had a woodworker that was close to me that was elderly, and he's like, dude, I got all this stuff, I'd be like, give it all to me right now, and I'll sell it at my shows, and I'll give you 100% of whatever it is I sell. He can't do it. It's too hot. But he's an awesome woodworker. I will always go out of my way for the team. That's what made me who I am today, was making sure I went out of the way for the team. And the woodworking community is probably one of the strongest communities on YouTube. You know, everyone else is for themselves. They only care about being YouTube famous and clickbait famous. And, you know, they want their 15 minutes of fame easily handed to them. They don't want to work for it. We're a dying breed. We got to get these younger kids into woodworking and realize, dude, there's a lot of fun to it. There's a few, you know, Cameron does it. There's a couple other young guys that do it on YouTube, but for the most part, we're all in our late 30s or 40s and up. You know, we got to get these young kids into these trades, man. Let them realize it's a lot of work, a lot of dedication, but there's a lot of reward to it if you do it correctly, you know? Don't always think you got to sit there and piss people off with your clickbait to make money on YouTube or to even have a good time. You can have 4 channels going at once. You know, maybe have 3 or 4 channels going. If you're a woodworker, have a woodworking channel and then do another one where you talk about tools like Matt from 731. See, a lot of people think Matt from 731 sold out. Let's debate that quick. Did Matt sell out? My wife says no. That's not what she, but I don't think he did. I think he knew that the market was very competitive for YouTube. He started seeing consistent videos of consistent builds, and he was offered an opportunity from the tool industry to promote their products. So he shifted. That's all. He went where the money was for the betterment of his family, and I can't shit at him for that. Would I like to see him do some woodworking? Have a good one, Michael. You help the kids that stop by, wanting to do work, to buy a bike, will stop by. I remember riding around seeing wood shops and scared to ask what they were doing. Dude, there's 16-year-olds that are scared to talk to you when they order food, or to talk to people when they're ordering food. You ever seen that? Like, I stood behind he had to have been 16, 17 years old, fully grown kid, and stood behind his mom at McDonald's. And the mom's like, well, what do you want? And he's like, behind her back, like, she's standing here, and he's like, and she's like, well, tell him. And he's like, yeah. Like, what's wrong with you? They're so used to this that they don't have real life communication skills. And you got to blame the parents for that. You can't blame YouTube. You can't blame the phones. It's, you know, a lot of that's their parents' fault. They could have stopped that at any time. And again, then there's the parents that wanted to stop it, but are working 2 jobs each just to pay the goddamn mortgage. So, you know, you can only hope for the best. Especially with the kids today. See, my live just shifted from 3.5 hours to 1.5 hours. I don't know what happened. So, I'll probably only get an hour and a half of time now. But all right, either way, I'll see you guys in other channels. I appreciate you stopping by. Hit the like button, please. Pop over to the channel, subscribe. I drop new videos every Tuesday. I'm probably gonna start going live.
Daddy.
What's up?
Daddy's on my arm.
Well, what were you guys doing?
I get a car. You're gonna run me over.
He tried to run you over with the car?
Yeah.
Well, were you standing in front of it? No, don't stand on it. It's not. It's off the ground. My one son tried to run him over with the Hot Wheel. But like I said, yeah, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thanks for coming in. I'm live every Monday at 3:30. New videos drop every Tuesday at 4:30, and I'm probably gonna do live horizontal lives on Thursdays for like an hour or so. We'll call them wraps. Like again, we'll do. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Maybe we'll do some frickin' bingo or something. Who knows? we'll do woodworking bingo. And the winner of the bingo, you know, we'll do a coverall winner. So. Okay, so, all right, well, I'll probably see you guys in BV's or somewhere, you know, floating around tonight. But I appreciate all you stopping in, and we were able to get some stuff done. I'm going to film, and I'll see you guys later. Again, thanks for stopping by, guys.